Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got no time for that limelight. I'm from California, man, I guess we'll start with that. Banged out starter caps, glued to the cul-de-sac, looking like an artifact, trying to get their money back. Yellow jackets coming, mama about to have a heart attack. Southeast San Diego, we was at the heart of that. You moved about the hood, my nigga, you ain't want no part of that. Move to work and let the money drip the laundromat. I pray to God the homie get his little daughter back. So many problems and it's not even a part of rap. So many suckers and they hating and they copycat. And life is bigger than these bitches that you hollered at. And if you bleed a dollar, better get $3 back. And all I'm giving is the facts. Pay attention to the stats and never making mention of the jacks. Gotta keep the money stacked, work your way through the traps. Money motivated to the max. Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my.
It's me. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the remix with Cali Dre, man. Cali Dre is in the motherfucking building, man. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all living out this motherfucker, man? What it do? Yeah, man. Yeah, what it do, man? To all my Kick subscribers, what up with y'all, man? I appreciate y'all for tapping in. You know what I mean? My Twitch subscribers, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, you know what it do. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I just wanted to come check in, man. There was a couple stories that I wanted to look at. That motherfucking Laker game ran longer than I thought. Lakers, bruh, we up 3-0. And now it's 3-2. That's what I don't understand. That's what the fuck I was dealing with. So shit. In the meantime, in between time, yeah, I mean, let's break down a few of these motherfucking stories, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channels. You know what I'm saying? Share the videos. I appreciate y'all for running up the videos and subscribing as well, man. You know what I mean? Hey, listen. I'm doing this shit for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this shit for you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So yeah, we gonna get to it, man. Just a precursor. I got some chicken in the oven as well, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you see a nigga scrambling and scraping off the mic, brushing my whole goddamn kitchen on fire. You know what I mean? I got some chicken on the oven right now, marinating. You know what I'm saying? Sauteing. So yeah, I might have to break up out this motherfucker. Who knows? I may have to break up out this motherfucker in a minute, man, because my chicken is way more important than this motherfucking show. Please believe that, bruh. So if you see me scrambling and scraping mid-show, mid-sentence, then you know y'all already know what time it is. You hear the fire department beating on the motherfucking door. I mean, shit, you know what it is, man. So yeah, let's hope for a good result, man. My shit's smelling good. You know what I mean? I thought about just canceling this whole shit, but there's a couple things I want to break down with y'all tonight, man. So I'm gonna get to it, man. I ain't even gonna go to threads tonight, man. We're gonna go straight to the videos, man, because I wanna break down a few things, man. This is the remix with Cali Dre. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull this up real quick. We ain't gonna even go to threads, man. We going straight to YouTube. Straight to motherfucking YouTube, bro. Because yeah, it was a major drug bust that went on today, man. I want to take a look at this real quick. We're gonna get to the main topics as well, but I want to take a look at this story, man. I think this out the AT. I think this out there. Hey, Atlanta, y'all up, man. ATL, stand up. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, man. Hit that like button and subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man.
A mother behind bars and 3 men on the run after a routine eviction ends up as a massive drug bust. It happened on the 5,000 block of Canterbury Way in South Fulton. That's our top story tonight. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Courtney Bryant.
And I'm Russ Spencer. The county marshal's department says it found some 300 pounds of marijuana at a home there. Fox 5's Christopher King spoke exclusively with investigators about the bust and joins us live in South Fulton with more. Christopher?
Yeah, Christopher, they found 300 P's. You know what I'm saying? For the motherfuckers that just got here, 300 P's found in a eviction. They was going to kick the motherfuckers out anyway. And then they found 300 P's in this bitch, man. Well, but man, why can't I be the cop that's on duty that night? You know what I'm saying? Why can't I be the motherfucker on duty that night? You know what I mean? Yeah, you said 200 P's? You said they found 200 P's? Oh, okay. Man, that's some bullshit. Go lock them motherfuckers. 200 P. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What about the 100 go? What 100? What you talking about? What 100? Huh? What? Huh? Nigga started, huh? Yeah, the nigga 300 P's they found in an eviction. Yeah, I mean, this ain't your motherfucking day, bro. It just ain't your motherfucking day. I guess.
I'm Courtney Bryant.
And I'm Russ Spencer. The county marshal's department says it found some 300 pounds of marijuana at a home there. Fox 5's Christopher King spoke exclusively with investigators about the bust and joins us live in South Fulton with more. Christopher?
Russ, Courtney, it all went down right here at this subdivision. The Marshal's Department says yesterday morning they told a woman who lives at a home here she had to move out. When they came back, the house was empty except for hundreds of pounds of something very illegal.
It's quiet up there.
Tabitha Rhodes could not believe it.
It's very surprising.
Fulton County Marshals on Tuesday stopped at this home on the 5,000 block of Campberry Way to serve an eviction notice. They ended up executing a drug bust.
It was very strange in this instance.
This officer, who was part of the investigation, wants to remain anonymous. He says another officer showed up Tuesday morning to tell the woman who lived at this home he was here to evict her.
It was a courtesy warning.
Officers came back 8 hours later.
He noticed several male individuals inside the residence as well. We heard loud banging coming from the garage area.
The investigation.
Hey, let me say this. Let me say this real quick. If you got 300 P's, sitting in the house, why the fuck you can't pay your rent? Why the fuck you got the marshal coming to the spot trying to evict your ass? You got 300 P's in there. It's time to get to work. It's time to flood the streets. And you nigga, that's the part of the story I don't understand. You feel me? Hit that like button, man.
Investigator says what appeared to be a rental truck and a pickup truck were backed up to the garage.
While we were clearing the residence, those males jumped in the vehicles and left the scene.
He says the man left the woman behind.
The eviction crew discovered numerous boxes within the garage, all containing suspected marijuana in large quantity, approximately 334.8 pounds.
Officers arrested Carlesia Arnold.
All I gotta say is, God damn, 334.8 pounds of that sticky icky. Actually, I don't know if y'all got that sticky. You know what I mean? It's different from state to state. I know in Cali, yeah, y'all know our reputation out here, so we got a high bar. But they say 334 P's just ended up in this lady garage right here. So yeah. I don't know why the fuck she wasn't able to pay the rent. That shit don't make no sense, man. You should have been hitting the strip clubs and the after hour clubs and the you know what I'm saying, the parks and the wrecks, all that shit. You got 300 P's. Yeah, you got to get to work. You down there might as well stand downtown with a backpack. You know what I'm saying, and a green leaf shirt on. You know what I mean, a Woodstock shirt. You know what I mean, and let motherfuckers know what time it is, man. But yeah, this shit crazy. This shit don't make no sense to me, man.
We were shocked, just absolutely shocked that they would have them. They would move everything else out of the house, but leave the marijuana inside.
They obviously.
So wait. They moved every goddamn thing else out the house, but they left the 300 P's. You gotta be fucking kidding. Why, bruh? Listen. I may be having to rethink this whole law enforcement shit because if I run up on an empty house with 300 P's in it, when I fill out that report, I just ran up on an empty house. It wasn't nobody in that motherfucker. They done took everything. Ain't shit up in this motherfucker, man. I don't know what happened, bro. In the meantime, in between time, I got another patrol car over there. Load that motherfucker up, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. This shit don't make no sense.
Thought they had something more valuable to get out of the house with so that they didn't bother to try and get the marijuana. That's my thought.
Now, the Marshals Department says 2 children lived at the home with Arnold. The Marshals Department also says their grandmother picked them up. Carlicia Arnold is charged with trafficking marijuana. Those 3 men who were there at the house at the time, they are now on the run also.
Yeah, that sounded about right. That sounded about right. They ass on the run. She went to jail. Grandma then came and got the baby. Yeah, that sound about about the typical drug story in America. You know what I'm saying? Alleged gunman in the death of a 7-month-old appears in court. I covered this story, I think, a week or 2 ago. It's a sad story right here. So I wanted to go ahead and get the update, man, because this goofy motherfucker right here, that allegedly shot this 7-month-old baby, most definitely deserve everything coming to him, man.
Everyone keeps asking me how I do my podcast alone. The answer, Riverside. I get
This court appearance taking place in the same second-floor courtroom here where this defendant's alleged accomplice appeared on Tuesday. In both cases, prosecutors say that both men are guilty despite their pleas otherwise. 21-year-old Amori Green sat at the defense table with his head down nearly the entire time. He faced multiple counts of second-degree murder, attempted murder, and other felonies in the April 1st shooting of 7-month-old Kaori Patterson Moore. The gun attack from the back of a motor scooter was caught on.
Yeah, so that's the 7-month-old right there, man. Rest in peace to her. She didn't have nothing to do with nothing. These motherfuckers out here doing, street nigga shit, dumb nigga shit. And this little baby was caught in the crossfire, man. So rest in peace to her, man. Prayers out to her family.
Patterson Moore, the gun attack from the back of a motor scooter was caught on surveillance video and left the baby dead and left her 2-year-old brother injured. Prosecutors detailed the effects of the crimes.
That turned into an absolute nightmare for this family. The defendant was identified immediately following the shooting.
Green's first court appearance came the day after the burial of Kaori Patterson Moore, and also came a day after this.
It was not my fault. I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't know. I promise. I didn't know.
Green's.
Okay, so that's gonna be Green's accomplice right there. And let me spin that back for y'all, because I think y'all could tell what position he will be taking in this motherfucking trial just by that statement.
Patterson Moore, and also came a day after this.
It was not my fault. I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't know. I promise. I didn't know.
Green's alleged accomplice, 18-year-old Matthew Rodriguez, tried to place the blame on Green. Investigators say Rodriguez drove the motor scooter from which Green fired.
Yeah, he telling. He already telling.
Both are responsible for the baby's death and other injuries and crimes.
They were looking to shoot at a person. They missed and hit the baby in her stroller and also injured her brother. I don't want people to forget that Kaori's life was taken, but her brother was also shot, and that trauma will last with that family forever.
The district attorney saying that his office is pursuing this case doggedly, both as a promise to the baby's family and as part of an overall strategy to reduce gun violence in Brooklyn. Both defendants, Amori Green and Matthew Rodriguez, are set to return to court for their second court appearances on the same day, June 10th. We will certainly stay on top of this story as it continues to unfold. Reporting from downtown Brooklyn, I'm James Ford, Pix 11 News.
Damn, my mic was muted. Y'all ain't hear shit I was saying right there. I done fucked up the whole show. Ah, damn it. But yeah, rest in peace to her, man. Her brother as well was hit. So definitely don't want to lose light on that situation here. Let me take this down. Don't want to lose light on what he went through. You know what I mean? So prayers to their family, man, because they going through a whole lot. And that's just a senseless senseless act. They was shooting at somebody else and ended up hitting the baby. You know what I mean? So, you know, that I mean, we got to do better, man. We got to hit your motherfucking target, bro. If you gonna let that motherfucker go, take your ass to the gun range and be able to hit your motherfucking target, man. Because it's too much of this senseless innocence dying and shit like that happening, man. And you know, now it's many lives that's lost from that one event. You know what I mean? It's not just, you know, it's not just the young baby, but it's also, you know, her family. Brother got shot. These two goofy motherfuckers going to jail for the rest of their life. So I mean, shit, it ain't no win in that shit, man. It ain't no win in that shit. What's this next story, man? Baseball player arrested in deadly Florida hit and run crash. Man, I wanted to take a look at this story right here, because it popped up on my timeline, man. This guy, I think he played for I believe he played for the Braves, man. Let's find out.
A player is behind bars in Manatee County, charged in yesterday's hit and run on I-75 that killed a semi-truck driver, a 34-year-old father of four. 18-year-old Jonathan Matos Morales, a minor leaguer in the Atlanta Braves organization, is charged with vehicular homicide and leaving the scene of a deadly crash. The Florida Highway Patrol says it was actually the team that turned him in last night. As the investigation...
Well, damn. His whole motherfucking team turned him over, man. He was involved in a deadly crash. And his own motherfucking team is the ones that turned him over, man. I believe these are the people that lost their life, so rest in peace to them as well. This is the individual right here. He's in the Braves minor league system. He played for the Braves. I don't know how many seasons he played, man. I gotta go look that up. But basically, he was, I guess, responsible for this hit and run. And yeah, his own team, the motherfucking Braves, the Braves organization turned his ass in, man. Probably as they should, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's a wild situation. Here, let's check in a little bit more with this.
In yesterday's hit and run on I-75 that killed a semi-truck driver, a 34-year-old father of four. 18-year-old Jonathan Matos Morales, a minor leaguer in the Atlanta Braves organization, is charged with vehicular homicide and leaving the scene of a deadly crash. The Florida Highway Patrol says it was actually the team that turned him in last night. As the investigation continues, Fox 13's Kimberly Quizon spoke with the victim's grieving family, who says he had a heart of gold.
Judy Thomas can't believe her son is gone.
Hard work is the breadwinner.
By phone from her new Smyrna home, Thomas told me Stavion Albert Facey lived for his family, including his 4 children.
Everybody can call on him. He's a kind-hearted person.
Her son worked to build a better life, becoming a truck driver, saving up and purchasing his own rig while starting a business with his cousin. On Monday morning, Thomas says her son headed out on I-75 around 6 a.m., carrying a load on a semi with his cousin following behind. About half an hour later, she received a call that changed everything.
They tried to save the vehicle.
Wow.
Right over.
Troopers say 18-year-old Jonathan Mateos Morales of Cocoa, Florida, was recklessly driving and caused a chain reaction crash that took Facey's life. Dashcam footage captured Mateos Morales taking off after the crash. After releasing the video, Trooper Ken Watson says they immediately got a phone call.
Wow, so he actually caused this crash, and then he did a hit and run. He got up out of there, bro. That's unfortunate, man. They caught this all on video, man. This is a wild story, man. Rest in peace to the people that lost their life, man, and prayers to everybody affected in this.
Morales taking off after the crash. After releasing the video, Trooper Ken Watson says they immediately got a phone call.
The Atlanta Braves organization contacted the Florida Highway Patrol advising that they may have found that vehicle within their complex.
The 18-year-old had been signed with the Atlanta Braves minor league system as a catcher. He was arrested after troopers arrived.
It would not be this serious had the driver remained on scene. He would not be looking at possibly going to prison.
Where do you stay when you're not at the complex?
My girlfriend's house.
Which is where?
Leno Lakes.
Tuesday afternoon, Mateos Morales appeared in jail, facing charges of vehicular homicide and leaving the scene of the crash.
He is and comes from a family with very limited means.
An attorney said he has no past criminal history. He asked for a $50,000 bond. The judge set it at $200,000. The lives of two families have been forever altered, and the Florida Highway Patrol says it's beyond tragic and something everyone can learn from.
Yeah, that's a sad story, man. They say this officer said basically had he stayed on the scene, he wouldn't even be really facing jail time. He might have, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's the case because somebody ended up losing their life. So, but I'm sure him leaving the scene most definitely made it a lot more, a lot more serious. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's another wild story. Where did I want to go with this, man? Here, let's jump real quick. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. That's the Remix with Kelly Dre, man. I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, all my Kicks followers. What's up with y'all, man? Appreciate y'all for you know what I mean, running these views up, running up the shorts, all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep supporting, man. I'm doing this for y'all. I'm doing this shit for you, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? What's going on here, man? Retail thefts is up. You know what I'm saying? Prices out of control. Motherfuckers, money ain't working how it's supposed to work. So I mean, what's the next best thing? Hit a motherfucking lick. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got here, man. Let's check out what's going on here. The retail thefts is up in this bitch, man. What is this, man? Get your ass off my screen with all that, bro.
Washington is sadly ranked #1 for retail crime in the country, according to Forbes. And in many cases, store employees are put in danger, harassed, and threatened. There are countless examples of thieves at work that never make the news, but outlandish ones do. In this case, $93,000 worth of merchandise was stolen from a Louis Vuitton in Bellevue. One Democrat lawmaker pushed but failed to get funding this legislative session for more prosecutors and resources to tackle the public safety menace.
These are organized crime, high-end amounts.
Representative Marie Levitt tried to get $500,000 to restart a pilot program this year. She says the same program made significant progress in 3 counties in 2025. And one reason is the ability to hire dedicated prosecutors.
King County, it really made a huge dent.
In the first half of 2025, the King County Prosecutor's Office filed 142 retail felony theft cases, which was 2.5 times more than the average load. But this year, funding to restart the program was slashed with the stroke of Governor Ferguson's pen.
Consequently, we have limited ability to absorb additional work for expenses that are not funded in the budget. That is why I vetoed a few programs.
The governor saying the state could not afford the dollars due to a budget shortfall.
We tried to rally the troops, if you will, to get the governor to reconsider. Unfortunately, all of that seemed to be for naught.
Ferguson's office telling Fox 13 that when he was Attorney General, he created the first of its kind organized retail crime task force and a separate unit that filed 29 prosecutions since 2023. Still, Representative Levitt says $500,000 to combat retail theft was small potatoes in a nearly $80 billion budget.
Yeah. So motherfuckers is just walking in the stores and walking out with shit. I mean, that's kind of where we at this point. Motherfuckers is walking in the stores, looking around, and walking out with shit, bro. And so that's kind of what's going on in America, man. You know what I'm saying? Retail thefts is up. Niggas' money is down. When niggas' money is down, retail thefts go up. It's a real easy thing, man. Here, let me go to the split screen so I can further give y'all this analysis and this breakdown right here. This shit is real simple. When my pockets is low, retail thefts go up. When my money low, the number of licks that's happening in America go up. This shit is not that complicated, people. I just wanted to throw that out there for y'all. I'm just trying to do the math for y'all so y'all can do the math for your goddamn self, man.
$500,000 that was already embedded in the budget.
Even if you don't own or work for retail, there are tangible impacts to society as a whole. The Washington Retail Association says companies in 2021 lost about $2.7 billion in stolen merchandise that year, which means the government missed out on around $600 million in tax revenue. And for cities like Bellevue, retail theft is their #1 reported crime.
We have a zero tolerance with shoplifting, meaning that when we arrest you for shoplifting, you go to jail.
That zero tolerance reputation, keeping some thieves away, according to Captain Shelby Shearer. The city saw a 19% dip in cases from 2024 to 2025. And during last year's holiday period, the majority of thieves were captured when officers were called.
When you call 911 during that time period, last
Listen, I gotta say that's only gotta be in Washington, man, because I'm gonna tell you like this. Motherfuckers out here in California running from the police. It's 2-3 police chases out this bitch a day. Like I'm keeping it all the way a buck with y'all from about 4-5 in the morning till about 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 at night. It's some police chases going on. And I done been, trust me, bro, you just randomly driving on the freeway. And next thing you know, motherfuckers is trying to evade the law out here, bro. So yeah, they may be getting caught, in other states, but motherfuckers is doing the race out here in Cali, man. I promise you of that. What else did I want to look at, man? Oh yeah, let's check this story out, man. So it was a dude that was going in grocery stores and assaulting women in a negative way. Yeah, they caught his motherfucking ass very recently. Let's check this story out, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man. This the remix with Kelly Dre.
LAPD has made an arrest in connection with a series of sexual assaults in the San Fernando Valley. The suspect, identified as 29-year-old Damon Denzel Robinson, was arrested yesterday. Detectives say he is behind a number of sexual assaults. One happened Sunday around noon at a Vallarta supermarket on Van Owen and Corbin Streets in Winnetka. We spoke to one shopper who says he suddenly heard a woman calling for help.
It's instinct. Drop everything and just kind of rush over there real quick. And as soon as I come around the turn, I noticed this large man like rushing past me.
The woman said the suspect had approached her from behind and groped her. The suspect eventually left the store. LAPD detectives believe he sexually assaulted at least 6 women. They're urging additional victims to come forward.
Yeah, and then there's that, man. And then there's that. So they locked his motherfucking ass up, as they should. What else did I want to look at, man? What else did I want to look at? Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. I'm just running through some stories right now before I get to the main events. You know what I'm saying? What else did I want to look at in this bitch, man? Give me 1 second. What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's look at this. Let's look at this, man. Let's look at this. A man says a woman kidnapped him and forced him into sex work. Yeah, no bullshit. No, I'm gonna say that one more time for the motherfuckers in the cheap seats. A man says that a woman, hold on, I don't want to look at that. Says that a woman kidnapped him and forced him into sex work.
Says 2 women kidnapped him at gunpoint and forced him into sex work.
Court records backing up the victim's story, and he's sharing it only on 13. ABC 13's Luke Jones is live at the Harris County Jail detailing those 6 days of terror, Luke.
Yeah, and what a terror it was. So far, the only charges are aggravated kidnapping, but this man says in reality, he was really the victim of sex trafficking.
Check it out. What would fellas, what would y'all do? You know what I mean? If 2 women pull up on you, you know what I'm saying, kidnap your motherfucking ass and force you into some sex work type shit, man. Hey, well, what can you do? Like, what the fuck can you do, bruh? Listen, I'm whooping the shit out of never mind, I ain't gonna even go there, but this is a wild ass story to me, bruh. This is one I've never heard before. You know what I mean? Y'all let me know in the comments if you've ever heard anything like this. Man says women kidnapped him and forced him into sex work. I'll be damned. Ladies, you're living foul out this motherfucker, man.
Masterminded, he says, by a woman who called herself Cookie, operating out of a North Harris County motel.
It's always a motherfucking cookie, too, bruh. It's always a motherfucking cookie, bruh. Cookie up to no goddamn good, bruh. What was Taraji name in there? Wasn't she Cookie on the Empire? Like, it's always a motherfucking cookie up to some bullshit. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Hit that like button and subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man.
Like, it was really ghetto. It was scary.
A young man who still shudders when he thinks about all he endured. For almost a week, he says he was held captive in a room at the Regency Inn on Cypress Station near FM 1960. Forced, he says, to have sex for money. We're blurring his face to protect his privacy.
It was a lot of crackheads, like a lot of them, like a lot of sketchy homeless people.
A life, he says, he never imagined for himself. One the Harris County Sheriff's Office says he was sucked into October 18th. That's when they say one of the victim's friends, Esmeralda Pena, invited him to the Regency.
She said that she had a job for me, like she was gonna help me make some money because I didn't have a job.
Once here, he says he was introduced to this.
Okay. See, now I'm starting to understand where the story's going. So this is the one. This is the one. One of the pimps right here. You know what I'm saying? One of the PIs right here. You know what I'm saying? That had this motherfucker out there sex trafficking himself. But it sounds like this don't sound like no kidnap. This sound like this motherfucker was on the streets. He was homeless and he had nowhere to motherfucker go. And these two chicks took advantage of his ass. That's basically what it looked like to me. Had him in a trap crack house, you know what I'm saying, selling himself. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it sounds like to me. Y'all let me know in the comments, man.
Like she was gonna help me make some money because I didn't have a job.
Once here, he says he was introduced to this woman, Herbanique Forrest. Although when they met,
what? Wait a minute. Listen. Let me put this shit on the big screen real quick. Let me put this shit on the big screen real quick. Listen, if you ever get kidnapped by two women and one of the motherfucking women look like this, you better punch your way up out that shit, beat the shit out of both of them and get your ass up out of there, bro. As soon as you see a bitch that look like this, you know it ain't nothing good coming up out of that, man. Let me know what she look like. Like, bruh, when you see a woman that look like this, my nigga, oh yeah, man, you might want to go the other way. Like, what else can we do with this shit? She got methamphetamine written all over her motherfucking face. She got cocaine, crack, motherfucking what? She been all the drugs. Like, what's the PCP? She been doing all that Sherm. She been Primos. She got all that shit written on her motherfucking face, man. So, yeah, you know it's gonna be a bad night when you run into her and her homegirl and they got two pistols on them. Yeah, for sure. Protect your motherfucking neck, man.
Forrest. Although when they met, he says she went by a different name.
Her name was Cookie.
Cookie, he says, quickly said about signing him.
What I told y'all. I fucking told y'all, bruh. When you see old Cookie, her ass up to no good. I'm trying to tell you. When you see old Cookie, her ass is up to no motherfucking good, bruh. She got methamphetamine coming out her motherfucking pores. Her wig she got a two-tone wig on. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. When you see old Cookie, man, you know a bunch of bullshit finna come behind it, bro. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, man. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel, man.
As quickly said about signing him up for an escort site and told him he'd have to have sex with men for money. The next day, he said,
"What the fuck? Oh no, I'm punching Cookie in her motherfucking face, and we out." This to me sounds like this young man was on some kind of drugs. He was out there on them streets, and these two bitches came and pimped his ass out. That's what it sounds like to me. Y'all let me know. This don't sound like no kidnapping and forced it. Nah, bro. This sound like you was on them motherfucking drugs with old Cookie, you, Cookie, and her partner. And these two bitches came up with the idea to put your goofy ass on a gay, shout out to my nigga Skull, site. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is, man. There's no other way to fucking put it, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. The bitch got methamphetamine all in her eyes, bro. Like, come on, bro. Don't ever trust a bitch that look like
Cookie,
this.
he says, quickly set about signing him up for an escort site and told him he'd have to have sex with men for money. The next day, he says he saw an opportunity to escape and returned home. But just 4 hours later, deputies say a doorbell camera shows Pena and Forrest at the victim's front door, this time with an armed man. Investigators say they and Nixon Simmons forced him into a car at gunpoint.
Cookie started beating me.
Nah, we not gonna run past that. Who in the fuck is this? What in the fuck is this? That's a better question. What in the fuck is this? Yeah, I ain't gonna go too far with it because I don't want my show to get kicked off. But YouTube, goddamn it, y'all know what the fuck I want to say. Man, come on, man. Hit that like button. God damn. What the fuck is this, bro? Let me know in the comments.
A car at gunpoint.
Cookie started beating me, and she was like, "Don't I ever leave again? Like, if I ever leave, like, she'll blow my brains out."
For the next 6 days, he says he was beaten, plied with drugs, and deprived of food. At night, he says he was expected to solicit men in this Ross parking lot, although he says he only ever slept with one.
I knew that if I made them money.
What? 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 So you let these two goofy hoes in the transmission put your ass in the Ross parking lot and pimp your ass out. This is what I'm talking about, bro. This motherfucker was on them drugs. They was all on them drugs. I'm convinced. All these motherfuckers was on them drugs. This wasn't no kidnapping. This is 4 crackheads doing what crackheads do. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man.
Deprived of food. At night, he says he was expected to solicit men in this Ross parking lot, although he says he only ever slept with one.
I knew that if I made them money, they would keep making me work for them. They would keep me around. So I just tried not to sleep with anybody.
Even so, he says the experience left him drained, and at one point, hoping Forrest would make good on an earlier threat.
Like a couple of days in, I kind of wanted her to kill me. Like I told her to kill me, like just get it over with.
In the end, he says it was his aunt who saved him. October 24th, he says he was able to text her using a phone he'd hidden from his captors, and that she picked him up during one of those nights out in the Ross parking lot.
I was just like, yeah, this is not a good place to be at.
And the victim says he wasn't the only one forced to do this. One of the suspects, Esmeralda Pena, also beaten and made to walk the streets, he says. Right now, this case still under active investigation.
Man, this shit don't need no investigation. This is 4 crackheads hanging out in downtown Houston doing what the fuck crackheads do, bro. And your stupid ass was dumb enough to let them pimp your bitch ass out. That's pretty much what this is all about, bro. That's what this is all about. What else did I want to look at, man? Is there anything else I wanted to look at before I start to get into this main subjects that I wanted to talk about? What is that? Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Nah, man, you know what? We could look at the rest of this shit tomorrow. Because I want to get into some of these main topics that I want to look at, man. One of them I actually didn't even put on the thumbnail, but I just found this shit. I found this story this week, and I wanted to take a look at it, man. Yeah, we're gonna look at that too. But let me see. Where did that shit go? Okay. So Run DMC, very famous rap group. You know what I mean? Through the 80s, early 90s, legendary. First commercial rap hits. First, a lot of shit, a lot of records they got. Jam Master Jay was the DJ, and he ended up getting killed in a studio in the Bronx. I believe it was the Bronx in New York. And so it's been some updates on this case. Man, I actually might do a full breakdown on his story, but I wanted to cover the updates real quick. So let's take a look at this, man. I want to take a look at this real quick because it says a third suspect pleads guilty in the murder of Jam Master Jay, man. So I wanted to take a look at at this story real quick, and I'm probably actually gonna do a deeper breakdown on this at some point. But yeah, let's look at this, man. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the motherfucking channel, man.
Move over, Einstein. It doesn't take a genius to understand personal loans.
Nearly a quarter century after Run DMC's Jam Master Jay was shot to death in a Queens recording studio, one of the three men charged in his murder has changed his plea to guilty.
Jay Bryant admitting to a judge that he helped other people get into the building so they could ambush the DJ.
Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles was in court and has the latest.
I helped them kill Jason Mizell. These are the exact words used by Jay Bryant in a Brooklyn courtroom Monday morning. 23 years later, the 52-year-old is the first and only person to confess in taking part in the murder of hip-hop legend Jam Master Jay. Bryant telling the court, in 2002 in Queens, New York, I agreed with others who were known drug dealers and involved in a drug deal with Jason Mizell to possess and distribute more than 5 kilograms of cocaine.
Okay, so it was in Queens. So it was Queens, New York, man. Shout out to Queens, shout out to New York, man. So in 02, they say Jam Master Jay was involved in you know what I'm saying, involved with them things, man. Getting them things, you know what I'm saying, getting them to fly. You feel me? And so basically there were a couple of co-defendants, I believe. I believe there were two previous co-defendants, one of which ended up, you know, being one of his good friends and was, you know, at memorials years after, and it was pictures of him at memorials, but he actually was involved. So I'm this Jam Master Jay story is a very interesting story. I may do one of them late night weekend hip hop breakdowns, man. But right now, this third suspect, Jay Bryant, is basically saying in 2002 in Queens, New York, I agreed with others who are known drug dealers and involved in a drug deal with Jason Mizell, who is Jam Master Jay, to possess and distribute more than 5 kilos of cocaine. So that's what Jam Master Jay ended up losing his life over, 5 keys. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look a little bit more at this.
Kilograms of cocaine. Bryant entering into a plea agreement with federal prosecutors just 1 week before he was scheduled to go to trial. His case severed from that of Ronald Tennard Washington and Carl Jordan Jr. Bryant later named a co-conspirator in 2023 in a superseding indictment for the firearm-related murder of Jason Mizell. This 3 years after the indictment of Washington and Jordan. In court, Bryant reading a short prepared statement. On October 30th, 2002, in Queens, New York, I helped them kill Jason Mizell by helping gain entry to the recording studio. I knew a gun was going to be used to shoot Jason Mizell. Prosecutors say on the day of Mizell's murder, Bryant opened a locked fire escape exit door to allow Jordan and Washington inside without being seen by the hip-hop mogul. The 52-year-old ending his allocution saying, I knew what I was doing was wrong and a crime. Bryant's stepfather.
Yeah, so that motherfucker right there responsible for opening the back door to let them wolves in to take out Jam Master Jay, man. So he's the only person to have confessed to this crime. This was the actual studio right here that Jam Master Jay lost his life in. This looks like the back area right here. I think they showed a picture of the back. So I believe one of these doors back here was left open so that the hitters can come in and you know what I'm saying, take out Jam Master Jay. So he actually pled guilty and is admitting to all of this. Like I said, I'm gonna do a deeper breakdown on this Jam Master Jay story because it's actually a pretty interesting story, man. Pretty sad story as well. So yeah, let's tap in a little bit more with this, man. Hit that like button and subscribe to the
Fire escape exit door to allow Jordan and Washington inside without being seen by the hip-hop mogul. The 52-year-old ending his allocution saying, I knew what I was doing was wrong and a crime. Bryant's stepfather supporting him for today's hearing, the 52-year-old giving him a thumbs up before leaving the courtroom. Yet, he was the only family member to come to court today. Family and friends of Jam Master Jay did not attend. Before this plea deal, Jay Bryant was facing life in prison had he been convicted during a trial. Now he'll serve 15 to 20 years after admitting to being a part of the conspiracy to murder Jam Master Jay. In down.
Yeah, so it looked like he took a deal, man. Got 15 years, 15 to 20, after admitting that he was a part of the conspiracy. So I'm sure he gave up other people that was a part of that conspiracy. But yeah, that's a sad story, man. Rest in peace to Jam Master Jay. Definitely a legend, music legend, hip hop legend, and third suspect in Jam Master Jay's murder changes his plea to guilty.
Downtown Brooklyn, Darla Miles, Channel
Okay, that's the rest of that. Yeah, hit that like button, man. Let me I think I had one more video I wanted to look at. Let's take a look at this real quick.
The AI Toolkit is live on Artlist.
Nah, not
Every
this, man.
leading
We ain't
AI
tripping
tool
out that
you need
AI
for video
toolkit, man.
creation
Skip
is
past
now
all that shit.
Nearly 25 years after the killing of Run DMC star Jam Master Jay, a third man charged in the case has changed his plea to guilty. Jay Bryant appeared in Brooklyn federal court today. He told the judge he helped others get into a recording studio in 2002 so that they could ambush the DJ, whose real name was Jason Mizell. Two other men, Ronald Washington and Carl Jordan Jr., were found guilty. But last year, the judge voided Jordan Jr.'s conviction, citing lack of evidence. Prosecutors say Jam Master Jay cut Washington and Jordan out of a drug deal, and the pair conspired to kill him, allegedly with Bryant's help.
Yeah, so as you can see, man, Jam Master Jay got took out over them birds. You know what I mean? Sad story, man. Rest in peace to him. We definitely gonna revisit. We're gonna revisit that story. I want to jump though. Let me see. What other stories that I want to look at, man? Let's take a look at this, man. Crazy ass road rage incident caught on tape. So as you can see, the passenger is trying to hit the mirror. And his goofy ass falls out the motherfucking car.
I'm Michael Raimondi in Lynn.
Hold up, I gotta spin that back. We gotta run that back, bro. Hold up, because this goofy motherfucker right here. Nah. Shut up. Give me my motherfucking show back, bro. I want to run this back real quick. This goofy motherfucker tried to hit the mirror and falls on the goddamn freeway, bro. Out the passenger car. Listen, man. Sometimes it's just best to let that shit go, bro. Let that shit go, bro. Let that shit go. This ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it. It ain't fucking worth it, bro. Falling out the passenger side, the door opens, your goofy ass falls out. Your man doing about 60 on the freeway. You know what I'm saying? And your stupid ass falls out the passenger door. Like, come on, bro. So, yeah, that's what I'm telling y'all, bro. This road rage shit, man. Sometimes you gotta just let it go, man. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. You know what I mean? Here go another story about road rage. In Pacoima, this incident was caught on camera, man.
Raimondi in Lynn. A road rage incident caught on camera, and it shows multiple people fighting in the middle of busy Route 1A. We want to warn you that some of the images you're about to see may be disturbing.
Oh my God, that's insane. How many were? Wow. Oh my God, that is awful.
Intense moments.
Night. It's time to go night. Hold up. It's time to go night. We about to watch somebody go night in this motherfucker, man.
The images you're about to see may be disturbing.
Oh my God, that's insane. How many were? Wow. Oh my God, that is awful.
Intense moments on the Linway Friday morning.
You got knocked the fuck out. That's what you, bro. Head hit the his shit his head hit the concrete kind of fucking hard too, bro.
That's insane.
I want to check that motherfucker. Give him some smelling salt or something.
Oh my God, that is awful.
Intense moments may be disturbing.
Oh my God, that's insane. How many were? Wow. Oh my God, that is awful.
Intense moments on the Linway Friday morning. Video shows two cars stopping side by side before four people step out to square up and fight. The people were jawing back and forth out on the road. About 2 minutes later, one person throws a punch, knocking another to the pavement.
That right there, that was disgusting. I've never seen anything like that.
I haven't seen actual people getting out like that. I mean, it's just been kind of people driving by and beeping or whatever. But I mean, yeah, that's a little bit more scarier and aggressive.
The nearby liquor store captured the incident on their security cameras. State police were called to this area around 9:30 Friday, just after the morning rush. They say road rage escalated onto the main road in Lynn. Other drivers either stopped or slowly drove around while the fists were thrown. People living in this area say people drive fast and aggressive at times,
Yell out the window, you know, F word.
but say they've never seen aggressive behavior like this.
Fighting is not the answer. And that's my thing to them. They should be all ashamed of themselves.
Video of the fight serving as a reminder for others to pay attention and try.
Damn.
Cool.
Yeah, bro got his ass knocked the fuck out, bro.
Beep at somebody if something like that is going to happen, or how much it can escalate.
We're told that one person was transported to a hospital for injuries, but police would not share an update on their condition. We're working to find out if anyone will face charges for this incident. We'll be sure to let you know. Reporting on scene in Lynn, I'm Michael Raimondi for your local.
Yeah, that shit wild right there. But shit, nah, y'all thought it. Yeah, that ain't it. Yeah, that ain't it, bruh. That ain't fucking it. That ain't even the half of it. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Pacoima, this the Pacoima right here. This the Pacoima road rage incident that was caught on tape. Check this shit out.
For Fatima Iqbal Zubair, she cares about one thing, herself.
Yeah, we don't give a
actions
fuck.
Prove it.
I'm gonna
Fatima
be honest with
Iqbal
you. For
Zubair says
Fatima,
she's
we not
anti-war,
tripping off none of that. You know what I mean? Skip that and get to my motherfucking story, man. So check out what happened in Pacoima today. Road rage incident. Actually, I don't even think it's no sound. This is a backstory to this whole story too. As you can see, the black truck ends up cutting off the semi, but the semi says, fuck you. I'ma really smash your whole shit, push you over, you know what I'm saying, over to the shoulder. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm gonna get on up out my motherfucking way, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's basically what we just saw there. But there is a backstory to this situation. It looked like the truck ended up spinning back and going after the semi truck. I mean, you definitely got to. Damn, and that was a white car that got involved. It looked like it's a white car that then got involved in this whole shit as well. So, I mean, this is a whole road rage chaos incident. It looked like they slowing down the semi. You know what I mean? They jumped in front of the semi. So yeah, this shit, wow, bro. This happened in Pacoima, out here in California, man. Yeah, road rage, but it's a whole backstory to this shit. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get that backstory video pulled up real quick. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. It's a whole backstory to this road rage shit, right? Where that video at? Is it up here somewhere? Where is that video? Oh, I think this is it right here. Yep. Check this out. Check this out.
This was actually a family fight that spilled onto the streets, and it was such a wild scene for the drivers who were caught in the middle of it.
Just crazy. It's just so much anger for no reason.
Road rage on Paxton Street near the 118 freeway in Pacoima. An SUV driver and a semi-truck driver going at it.
I don't think that's a smart move. I think that's a battle we're gonna lose every time if we go against a semi truck.
The SUV cuts off the big rig, triggering a collision that spins the black vehicle around. It happened Friday during rush hour.
The vehicle is like a piece of paper to a semi truck.
The guys at AutoPro's Auto Repair have seen it all. This road rage is nothing new.
We've seen a lot of stuff. We've seen the police get off the freeway, pull people over, and get them out of the car in handcuffs. Police chases. This is a very busy area.
The LAPD says what looked like a road rage incident was actually a domestic dispute between estranged brothers. Officers found the semi nearby and it was impounded.
Your reaction to the fact that they're brothers?
Well, the guy that was driving the car is the dumber one. He's fighting the battle with Godzilla.
When I heard that, it's even more unbelievable.
You don't have a fair chance. You might as well have just taken your L and keep on moving.
Yeah, that's right. Now, the LAPD says no one was injured, and so far, no one has been arrested. And it's really unclear if anyone will be arrested. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, that was motherfucking family, man. All the motherfuckers was kin. They kin folk. You know what I mean? I think that's the wildest shit I done seen today, man. You got family members doing a whole road rage incident and smashing into each other out on the goddamn freeway, man. What else we got on this? Hold up.
Inviting those brothers to contact you for an interview. But Gina, my question is, do we know how
That
they
would be nice.
Yeah, right. How they were on the same roadway together? How do we know any details as to how they collided in the first place?
We really don't know any of the details. And as you said it, we would love to speak with the brothers, you know, if they want to call us and just explain what went wrong there.
Man, they not finna call y'all. Y'all some goofy ass reporters. Hey, I appreciate the story, but y'all on some bullshit. Yeah, we hope that they call it. Man, they ain't finna motherfucking call y'all. Here, let's jump, man. I want to look at a couple more stories before I get up out of here. Oh, let's check in with this update. So I covered a story, man, a couple of weeks ago, maybe like a week ago. It was a guy who was beaten up by the NYPD in a liquor store. Oh, yeah. Oh, he getting his get back today. That same man sues the NYPD for $100 million. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to this motherfucking channel and let's get it,
It's
man.
never been easier to start a podcast than with
Yeah, I know,
Riverside.
man. I'm trying to do
Here's
a
how it
podcast.
works.
If you wasn't all in
First,
the
go to
middle of my
Riverside
shit, bro, let's get past that.
In
Let's
New York
get
City,
to it.
graphic video of two police officers beating a man. Authorities say a case of mistaken identity. That victim now preparing to sue the city for $100 million. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley tonight.
Tonight, Timothy Brown, the man seen here being punched, kicked, and dragged through a New York City liquor store by two NYPD detectives in a case of mistaken identity, speaking publicly for the first time.
I felt humiliated, disrespected, embarrassed, and I was brutally beaten for no reason.
Yeah, so I covered this on my show a couple of days ago, man. This man was most definitely brutally beaten, mistaken identity. He just happened to fit the motherfucking description. Fellas, hey, how many times y'all done fit the motherfucking description out there in your life? You know what I'm saying? How many times have y'all ever fit the description? You know what I'm talking about? If you black in this country, you know what that means. That means y'all on some bullshit. And they got the wrong motherfucker. They try to say they was looking for somebody with some green shorts and a white shirt. Now that's some bullshit. Because there's probably only one motherfucker running around with some green shorts and a white shirt. You know what I mean? Maybe that's how they do it in the NYC. You know what I'm saying? But in Cali, them niggas ain't rocking that. You know what I'm saying? It's one motherfucker that got that on. So it ain't no description to fit. But here in New York, you know what I'm saying? Things a little different, man. So they went to work on this dude in the middle of the liquor store, man. This black man right here took the beating of his motherfucking life, and he's suing for $100 million. He want $100 million.
Tonight, Timothy Brown, the man seen here being punched, kicked, and dragged through a New York City liquor store by two NYPD detectives in a case of mistaken identity, speaking publicly for the first time.
I felt humiliated, disrespected, embarrassed, and I was brutally beaten for no reason.
The NYPD says the detectives were conducting an undercover narcotics operation and believed Brown had been involved in a drug deal. One officer holding Brown, the other punching him. At one point in the nearly 8-minute video, the detectives drag his body over broken glass bottles. Charges of resisting arrest were later dropped. Brown filed.
Yeah, you need to fire they motherfucking asses immediately. Fire them. He should have sued for $200 or $300 million. I'm gonna be honest. $100 million ain't a motherfucking enough, bruh. $100 million ain't enough. Look at the ass whooping that this man takes at the hands of the NYPD for a mistaken identity.
And I was brutally beaten for no reason.
The NYPD says the detectives were conducting an undercover narcotics operation and believed Brown had been involved in a drug deal. One officer holding Brown, the other punching him. At one point in the nearly 8-minute video, the detectives drag his body over broken glass bottles. Charges of resisting arrest were later dropped. Brown filing a notice of claim, a precursor to a lawsuit, alleging the officers violated his civil rights. He intends to ask for $100 million in damages.
My business. I'm a taxpaying citizen, and what happened to me should never happen to anyone else.
David, the detectives Vulcan Maiden and Michael Algerio have both been stripped of their guns and badges, pending an investigation. Meanwhile, the NYPD has launched a 3-month review of its narcotics division. David?
Rhiannon Alley reporting for us. Thank you.
Yeah, revamp that whole motherfucking division behind this shit, bruh. Like that's unacceptable. That right there is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? As a black man in this country, to see some shit like that, man, that's the type of shit that you know what I mean, make you want to turn the tables on these motherfuckers real quick, man, and stop playing games and just get right to it and let this shit be what it's gonna be. But you know, hopefully he get 200 or 300 million, because I don't think 100 million is enough, brother. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be real, very real about that. So yeah, let's hope this brother right here get his 40 acres and his motherfucking mule that he so rightfully deserved at the hands of the New York Police Department, man. You know what I'm saying? NYPD beat this man within an inch of his life, drug him over some damn broken glass, all on camera, all over for the world to see. So yeah, I don't think 100 mil is enough, bro. I think he should have asked for 2 or 3. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, man. What else did I want to look at, man? What else did I want to look at? What time is it? Yeah, okay, we're gonna jump, man, because I want to I was gonna do a little politics shit tonight, man, but I'm not even gonna do that. Actually, I did want to take a look at this story though. Let's take a look at this story real quick, because the New Orleans, man. I know y'all remember that jailbreak, man. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all remember the world famous New Orleans jailbreak. You know what I'm saying? The 12, 13 motherfuckers running out the back of the jail. Somebody cut a hole in the toilet, hopped out that bitch. Yeah, I know y'all remember that. So it's been an update, believe it or not. It's been an update on that whole situation, man. And we're gonna break that shit down right here on the remix with Cali Dre. You know what I'm saying? So it says Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson indicted in connection with the jailbreak. Yeah, I bet y'all didn't see that shit coming. Let me run that back. Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson indicted in connection with the motherfucking jailbreak, man. So let's take a look at this story right here off top, because I didn't see this shit coming right here, bro. I didn't see this shit coming at all. But it has arrived. It has arrived. You feel me? Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Help your brother reach the mountaintop in this bitch, man. Let's get it.
News on WDSU News at 4.
We start with some major breaking news. Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson indicted in connection with an investigation into last year's jailbreak in New Orleans.
So this indictment comes in connection with a state investigation by Attorney General Liz Murrell's office into last year's mass escape by 10 inmates. The bombshell news came down within just the last hour.
And so we do have team coverage for you right now to break down those charges and what's next in this investigation and the legal process. Let's start with WDSU reporter Jasmine Franklin with the latest. Jasmine?
And Sella, we are still combing through all the new details from this case, as we just heard from the Attorney General's office, Liz Murrell, providing that update right now. We do know Sheriff Hudson has been indicted, 30 count indictment. They're facing several charges, including malfeasance in office, conspiracy to commit malfeasance, filing or maintaining false public records, along with a number of other charges. Now, documents show her bond has been set at $300,000, and she's not the only person facing charges.
Yeah, as y'all can see, this is her right here, man. This is her right here. This is the Orleans Parish Sheriff, man. They saying that she been indicted behind the jailbreak. You know what I'm saying? They got her motherfucking ass locked up. You know what I mean? Malfeasance in office, conspiracy to commit malfeasance in office, filing or maintaining false public records, conspiracy to commit filing or maintaining public records. Listen, once they start throwing these kind of charges at you, they just trying to run your ass up. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. What's the rest of these
It
charges?
has been set at $300,000, and she.
Yeah, okay, 300K bond. They hit her with the obstruction of justice, conspiracy to commit obstruction. Yeah, so yeah, they're trying to say that she's tied into the conspiracy. Now, would you look at that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, that shit unbelievable, man. There's a curveball in that whole case right there. I thought them 11 or 12 motherfuckers figured out a way to cut through the whole. I mean, you would have figured they'd have had to have some help, but I wouldn't have I wouldn't have thought it was the motherfucking Orleans Parish Sheriff, Susan Hudson. Hell no. Hell no. I didn't see that one coming, man.
Is not the only person facing charges. The sheriff's chief financial officer, Bianca Brown, was also indicted on 20 counts, facing similar charges, including conspiracy to commit obstruction of justice. Now, this comes nearly 1 year after 10 inmates ran out of the Orleans Parish Jail here. Many of those inmates were facing serious charges, and now all have been brought back into custody. But there were many concerns, specifically with the sheriff, regarding a timeline of notifying the public after the escape happened last May, and also how the jailbreak was even possible. Michelle Woodfork is set to take office here as the new sheriff of the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office starting on Monday. Reporting live outside of the jail, I'm Jasmine Franklin. Back to you.
Now, all of this comes just one day after Hudson made her farewell address, set to officially vacate that office on Monday.
Yeah, but before that, she is set to make her first court appearance tomorrow.
WDSU reporter Alyssa Gomez picks up our live team coverage. Alyssa, we know that there's an ad hoc judge, former Judge Franz Ziblich, who will hear this case tomorrow.
Yeah, Travers, and I'll tell you, as soon as we got here to the courthouse, all the reporters running inside to try to get a copy of the affidavit. Unfortunately, the clerk's office telling us they do not have that paperwork in hand just yet, so they cannot give us copies and told us to come back tomorrow morning, which we will be here. And the sheriff also expected to be here, as you mentioned, at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Again, like Randy said, this all comes as the sheriff is expected to leave office, even giving her farewell address yesterday after serving for 5 years as the leader of the Orleans Parish Justice Center. In that address, she touched on the jailbreak in May of last year, citing it as one of her most challenging experiences. Today, the Attorney General saying in that indictment that the sheriff did not comply with basic legal requirements. Again, this is a bombshell announcement that just dropped a couple of moments ago, so you can expect us to continue to follow it throughout the next couple of days, probably next couple of weeks, and we will be back out here at the courthouse when those doors open tomorrow morning to get a copy of that affidavit as well. Back to you.
Live right now, former state and federal prosecutor Matt Coman. Matt, big question here. How do we go from a jailbreak, which some people said was maybe incompetence, to criminal charges now for the sheriff?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's actually the question I was about to ask. Good job, Matt. Get Matt on here so he can answer this motherfucking mess. So I ain't got to talk so much, man. But the Orleans Parish Sheriff has been indicted in connection with the massive jailbreak that happened last year. Derek Groves and it was a bunch of them motherfuckers, man. A bunch of ugly ass, goofy ass New Orleans motherfuckers, man. Shout out to New Orleans, man. But yeah, we're running through the fields and shit, sleeping at bus stations and shit. And yeah, it looked like the sheriff has been indicted, and one of the financial managers in this whole city was indicted as well, man. So let's see if we can get more information on this.
Of Orleans Parish.
Well, actually, the malfeasance in office charge actually can charge anyone with failing to perform a duty that they were required to perform. So the statute itself is very wide in scope. In fact, I believe there was another individual's, a sheriff's office employee, actually Sterling Williams, who was charged with one of the same type of offenses and failing to perform various security requirements of his particular role. So we've got the malfeasance as well as the failure to maintain accurate records and filing false public records, as well as the obstruction of justice charge itself. So you've got a wide range of charges. We got 30 counts total against the sheriff and 20 against the CFO. So it looks like there was a thorough investigation, and it's not just one particular incident. It's going to be multiple requirements that were violated, and that's what we expect to see in the indictment when you do see it.
And Matt, when it comes to those documents, would this be something along the lines of, because again, a lot of this is just speculation, but is this the handling of those documents, the covering up involving those documents as it relates to the jailbreak?
The obstruction of justice charge and the failure to maintain accurate records and or filing false records can actually be altering a record and filing some false record, or withholding the filing of a document and a record that you were required by law to file. So again, that particular charge, again, like the malfeasance in office charge, is very wide in scope, and a number of different factors could go into that particular violation.
And Matt, real quickly, so if convicted, what kind of jail time or penalty are we looking at?
All these are felonies, every one of them, from the malfeasance 0 to 10 years up to 20 years in prison, 10 years on the obstruction charge, depending on what the underlying or predicate offense would be. So they're all felonies. There's no mandatory minimum on any of these. And obviously the sheriff and the CFO, if they were convicted, would be first offenders. So that would be up to the district judge that would have that case, but they're all felonies.
All right, Matt Coman, stick around. You're no stranger to prosecuting high.
Damn. So that's crazy work right there. So it looks like the Orleans Parish Sheriff, Susan Hudson, has been indicted. She facing multiple felonies in connection with that New Orleans jailbreak, man. What y'all think about that, man? It's the remix with Callie Dre, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy, man. What y'all think about that, man? That's wild. This is a curveball I did not expect in this whole story, man. So they saying basically her malfeasance and the CFO's malfeasance, which makes sense because that prison looked like shit. And so they you know, I mean, that's most definitely you know, one of the motherfucking charges. Yeah, you got to keep this motherfucking better condition, and these motherfuckers wouldn't be running about this bitch. So but this is a whole curveball I didn't even expect. This shit popped up on my on one of my feeds today, man. So I definitely wanted to break this shit down with the people. What y'all think about that, man? Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this story, man.
Profile cases. You prosecuted former Mayor Ray Nagin. Stick around. We're going to come back to you in just about 25 minutes here. We have a
Oh no, we won't. We ain't coming back to you in 25 minutes. But yeah. We're gonna jump. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna jump because I want to cover a couple of more stories. But yeah, let me know in the comments, man, what y'all think about that. I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought that was a pretty interesting story. What else did I want to look at here? You know what? Here, let's get to this. Oh yeah, you know what? I know where I want to go. Where is that? Where is that video at? Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Orleans Parish Sheriff indicted. CFO indicted. All in connection with the prison break. You know what I'm saying? Yo. So yeah, let's go to this story right here because this right here was actually happened I want to say a few months ago. But it was a bunch of NFL players, NBA players that were indicted on some gambling charges. And so Damon Jones was one of those players, man, and he actually is one of the first to plead guilty in this case, man. So I wanted to take a look at this, man. We're going to jump into a little bit of sports content. Damon Jones used to play for the Trail Blazers a while back, you know what I'm saying? But he and some other people have been indicted regarding a gambling scandal. So let's take a look at this story real quick, man. Hit that like button and subscribe to the motherfucking channel, man.
Hey, you like sauce?
Yeah, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, all that. Feel free to tap that Cash App for your boy one time as well. You know what I'm saying? While we press through these motherfucking commercials, man. You know what I mean? Let's get it.
Jones changing his plea to former player and assistant coach Damon Jones changing his plea to guilty in 2 different federal gambling cases. Jones was accused of relaying non-public injury information to bettors in one case and of being involved in rigged mafia-backed poker games in the other case. He is the first person of the more than 30 accused to plead guilty.
Yeah, mafia-backed poker games. That's what they was into. You know what I'm saying? They was into them. Yeah, I believe Gilbert Arenas, and now it's coming back to me. Gilbert Arenas, I believe, got caught up in this. And it was actually at the games that Gilbert Arenas was at. there was it was a woman that came up dead that was attending these parties. I believe she may have been a hostess, or she was connected to the house that they were playing, that they were having those gambling events at. And so yeah, this was a pretty big story, man. It kind of died down because of the court proceedings. You know how that court shit go, hella slow. But Damon Jones, former NBA player and coach, pleads guilty to gambling charges. First person to plead guilty in a gambling sweep that led to more than 30 arrests. So let's get some more updates on this, man.
To bettors in one case and of being involved in rigged mafia-backed poker games in the other case. He is the first person of the more than 30 accused to plead guilty. Here's what you need to know. While Jones has pled guilty, NBA guard Terry Rozier and Basketball Hall of Famer Chauncey Billups have pled not guilty to their respective charges. Rozier was charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering in an alleged gambling scheme. Billups was charged with profiting from rigged poker games involving several mafia figures. Our legal analyst, Ryan Smith, joining us now. Ryan, what's your takeaway from what happened at Damon Jones' plea hearings today?
Biggest takeaway for me is that he gets up in court and admits his role in prosecutors' scheme that they've outlined here, and that's huge for them because he basically validates their theory of the case. This is them saying all along, there were these rigged poker games, there was this sports gambling ring based on insider information, and he's standing up there and basically saying, yes, I was a part of it and I did it. What happens next ends up being big because of what happened today. Does this cause a domino effect among all the other defendants, or at least many of them, to then come forward? Because in a case like this, a lot of times, the first person to come in to get the deal gets the best deal, and the people who come in later and later, their deals get progressively worse.
I remember you saying.
Okay, so basically, in layman terms, Damon Jones is telling. Damon Jones been ratting. You know what I'm saying? He been giving up the goods. You know what I mean? He on his goo-wop shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, he on his 6ix9ine shit. You know what I mean? So Damon Jones, the first to plead guilty, as the ESPN announcer just told y'all, the first one that gets the deal usually gets the best deal. So it looked like he got a fat deal. He might be rolling on everybody. The rest of you 29 motherfuckers better look out.
And that before when the story first broke. So take us through how the dominoes could fall with Chauncey and Terry and the other defendants.
This is where it gets really interesting because right now they've pled not guilty. Now, we are learning, it seems that Damon Jones is not going to be a cooperating witness. What that means is he wouldn't testify against others in this case. That could be huge here because that means there's not a direct impact on Rozier or Billups because he wouldn't be necessarily testifying against them. But the indirect part is what gets it done here, because indirectly, if defendant after defendant after defendant comes forward and starts making deals and saying, I was involved in this, and one of them says, I was involved in something with you, perhaps Rozier or Billups, not saying that they were, but if that happens, that puts pressure indirectly on them to decide, what do we do about this situation? Do we have to make a deal as well, even though, as Rozier and Billups have kind of felt so far, we've done nothing wrong?
There was news Monday that prosecutors are looking to file possibly additional charges against Terry Rozier. What more can you tell us about that?
This was a bombshell for him and his lawyers. They had a motion to dismiss hearing. They were trying to get all the charges thrown out, and prosecutors told them a couple hours before, we're filing additional charges against you. Solicitation of a bribe is what we plan on filing. That is big. And I think when this story broke, a lot of people say, wow, they're charged with money laundering conspiracy and wire fraud conspiracy. But you forget, all of these investigations are ongoing. Prosecutors don't stop. They keep digging. They keep trying to find more. And when they find evidence, they can charge it. This is a superseding indictment they're now filing. But the big thing for all the defendants in this case is you never know if they can come forward with more charges. If they do, does that put pressure on you to come forward? Because you were facing two things. Now you're facing a third thing or a fourth thing. The more that happens, the more prosecutors are in some ways trying to put pressure on defendants to make a deal and come clean. At the end of this, they want justice and to figure it all out, and that could push them to do it.
We'll be watching this. Ryan Smith, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah, I can't play that music, but as y'all can see, Damon Jones looked like he done flipped on 29, 30 other people. He taking the deal. You know what I'm saying? He biting the cheese, and we'll have to see what happens with Terry Rozier, and I believe Gilbert Arenas was involved in that as well. But all the other 29 people that's involved in this case, it looks like y'all y'all might want to start look. Y'all might want to, you know what I'm saying, order you a fish sandwich in that money and a couple Newports, because Damon Jones done already got his deal. You know what I'm saying? He got his deal. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. Where else did I want to go with this, man? Here, let's take a look at this other story, man. I want to get some updates on this Davis situation, because it was a couple of updates that came out on that story. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this real quick. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Remix with Cali Dre. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. After these motherfucking commercials, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Developments in court today surrounding the singer David, accused of killing 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. I'm David Ono.
I'm Giovanna Lotta. Newly released court documents reveal troubling details about what prosecutors say unfolded around the murder. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes is live in downtown LA with the graphic details. Rob.
Yeah, no cameras in the courtroom today. The prosecution filing a legal brief today, and what it contains is beyond disturbing. Take a look at this. In that brief, prosecutors say Celeste Rivas Hernandez and Burke first met when she was just 11 years old, and they have explicit photos of the two. The brief also spelling out that Burke stabbed Celeste several times and watched her bleed to death. Then he purchased tools to dismember her body. Amazon delivering 2 chainsaws, a body bag, and a blue inflatable swimming pool to his home, all ordered under a fake name. Also,
Wow. So that's explosive news. Bro ordered a motherfucking chainsaw. So on May 1st, 2025, defendant ordered subsequently on Amazon delivered 2 chainsaws to his home. On May 5th, the defendant ordered and Amazon subsequently delivered a body bag, heavy duty laundry bags, and a blue inflatable pool to his home. Like, what the fuck? He made these purchases under the fake name of Victoria Mendez. Now, this is explosive information right here, because I mean, this pretty much, so this, I guess, now I kind of understand what's going on in this case, right? It was taking a long time to get to identify the actual cause of death, as you can see, because, you know, there was quite a bit of dismemberment. But also, there was a conflict between parties, right? I believe the prosecutors were in grand jury proceedings, while the LAPD ended up charging this case without the grand jury indictments based on the evidence that they had. That's how I understand where we are currently. Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm off on that. But and now I understand why the LAPD felt so strongly, if this is true, because this is all alleged until it's proven to be fact. But if this is true, then goddamn it, David, you couldn't have made this shit more motherfucking obvious, bruh. On May 1st, you ordered defendant ordered and Amazon subsequently delivered 2 chainsaws to his motherfucking house. So okay, I mean, he probably got a big property. You might need a couple motherfucking chainsaws. Okay, cool. But on May 5th, let's talk about May 5th. On May 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, you ordered a goddamn body bag to your house. Like, I mean, come on, bro. Like, lock his stupid ass up already, bro. Like, let's what are we doing? He ordered a motherfucking body bag to his house, bro. So, I mean, now I understand why LAPD felt so strongly about charging this case ahead of the grand jury indictment, if what we're reading in these court proceedings is true. Hit that like button, man.
So in the brief, prosecutors say Burke cut off 2 of her fingers because one of them had a tattoo of his name on it. Also in the evidence are text messages that discuss sex between the two, her pregnancy, and an abortion. Celeste texting Burke, quote, All we do is have sex and just hang out, man. I want more than that for myself.
Wow. So that's pretty explosive right there. Here, let me spin that back. Let me spin that back because that's also some undiscovered information, right? It says that from based off what this reporter is saying, there was disputes about the relationship, and that's probably based on her being underage. You know what I'm saying? But there's also a pregnancy, which now things are becoming a little bit more clear as to why David felt he may have had to, you know, take precautions to get rid of Celeste Rivas because she was underage and she was pregnant and she was not cooperating. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's all three strikes for a motherfucker that's on the rise like David was, selling millions of records and touring and doing all that kind of shit. And so now it's becoming a little bit clearer, A, as to how much evidence the LAPD actually has, but also to what the motive was behind this heinous crime right here, man. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, man.
And an abortion. Celeste texting Burke, quote, all we do is that discuss sex between the two, her pregnancy, and an abortion. Celeste texting Burke, quote, all we do is have sex and just hang out, man. I want more than that for myself. Burke is accused of killing Celeste, who disappeared last April. Her remains were found in September in plastic bags in the front truck of
Yeah, so David is sick, man. All he was trying to do, I gotta spin that back. And we gotta spin that all the way back because when I cut this, I want this shit to be real clear, man. When I drop these shorts, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. So Celeste was getting upset because all David sick ass wanted to do was have sex. And it looks like he ended up getting her pregnant. And so yeah, that's why on May 5th, he ends up ordering a body bag, and on May 1st, he got 2 chainsaws coming to the motherfucking spot. It's all becoming a lot more clearer to me at this point, man.
Prosecutors say Burke cut off 2 of her fingers because one of them had a tattoo of his name on it. Also in the evidence are text messages that discuss sex between the two, her pregnancy, and an abortion. Celeste texting Burke, quote, all we do is have sex and just hang out, man. I want more than that for myself. Burke is accused of killing Celeste, who disappeared last April. Her remains were found in September in plastic bags in the front truck of a Tesla registered to Burke. Former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani believes Burke's defense will most likely argue that Celeste accidentally died from an overdose and Burke panicked, cutting up and hiding her body.
If you're looking at the 3 sets of charges, the mutilation of a corpse is the least serious. So if they can somehow fall on that and avoid either the sex crimes or the murder itself, that would be a huge win for the defense.
Now, also,
Yeah, that would be monumental for the defense. But I'm going to tell you like this. I highly fucking doubt it, especially if her family and everybody that live in her neighborhood. I mean, she from, you know, like the mountainous area of California, man, over, you know what I mean? I believe it's by Temecula, Moreno Valley, over that area. So that's all like, you know, hiking, mountainous, wilderness terrain where it's houses and shit out there too. But I mean, their population is not like the city, you know what I'm saying? So you got to imagine it's pretty close knit community. They gonna have a lot to say. So getting away from the sex crime is most definitely, I think, gonna be very difficult. You may be able to prove that she ultimately ended up losing her life based on another circumstance, but the sex crime is pretty obvious in my opinion. I mean, that you know what I mean, a blind man could see what the fuck that was all about, bro. Hit that like button, man, and subscribe to the channel, man.
So in the brief, prosecutors allege that surveillance video shows that Burke was the last person to drive the Tesla where Celeste's body was found. He is due back in court on May 12th for a procedural hearing, then again on May 26th for his preliminary hearing. Reporting live in downtown LA, Rob Hayes, ABC 7 Eyewitness.
Yeah, I got a couple more videos I want to look at on this, man. Let's look at this right here.
C-Dance 2.0 is now on Artlist, and you can get precisely what you want.
I'll take a robbery.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Rudabeh Shabazi.
And I'm Juan Fernandez in for Pat Harvey tonight. We begin with breaking news. 2 high-profile murder cases in court today. Singer David accused of killing a 14-year-old girl, and Nick Reimer charged with murdering his parents.
CBS LA's Hunter Sowards begins our coverage from downtown LA, where we just learned graphic new details in the David case. Hunter.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Rudabeh. Some really disturbing details here. And it really is the first time that we are hearing the prosecution lay out their case as to how David Burke, they say, murdered Celeste Rivas Hernandez. It's also the first time we're hearing about a possible motive behind those actions. New court filings today outlined disturbing allegations from the prosecution claiming David Burke went to great lengths to murder, dismember, and then conceal evidence after the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. They claim David snapped after Celeste began getting jealous he was seeing other girls. She threatened to make their relationship public, which started when she was a minor, claiming he knew it would end his career and destroy his life. With an impending album and world tour, they say he killed her to keep her silent. They say among evidence they plan to present in court proof he bought 2 chainsaws, body bags, and other tools to kill her, even using a blue plastic pool to conceal any blood that might spill onto his floor. However, they claim to have found Rivas Hernandez's DNA in his garage.
So really graphic details, but also
Okay, so there's a little bit more evidence, right? There seems to be a little bit more evidence based on this reporter's commentary. There was DNA found in David's garage as well that further links him to her disappearance and ultimately her unaliving. So I think that as well as I'm listening to the commentary and I guess the court filings are out and have been made public. There's a lot of evidence that's being dropped. You know what I'm saying? If you listening and if you could pick it up. So we already got the chainsaws, we got the body bag, we got the inflatable pool, and now we're finding out that there was also DNA found in the garage. And so I think a lot of people were asking the question of, first, what was taking so long, but then also I think a lot of people who were paying close attention were asking, how did the LAPD jump the grand jury in prosecuting David? And so now, and I remember, watching the initial press conference that was given once David had been indicted, and they basically said that they had a lot of evidence, and based on solely that evidence that they had, they were able to connect David to Celeste Rivas's disappearance. So now we're starting to see that evidence, and now it's starting to play itself out in a lot of these court filings, man. So let's see if we can get some more information, man. Hit that like button.
So really graphic details, but also what David did to cover up these purchases, buying them through an alias.
Documents also claim the links David went to in order to pursue the teen. Before her death, Celeste's family first reported her missing to the Riverside County Sheriff's Department in February. Detectives questioned David about her whereabouts. He claimed to not know she was 13. After she returned home on February 24th, her parents took away her cell phone. That's when the prosecution claims he gave a kid in junior high $1,000 to give the victim a cell phone that he purchased so they could keep communicating.
And on that cell phone, they would exchange sexually explicit images, talk about pregnancy, abortions, Plan B, birth control. I mean, this is not something that is appropriate for any young teenage girl. It's going to be very hard for David to overcome that.
That was former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani.
Yeah, if they got all that kind of cell phone evidence, I mean, yeah, he's pretty much cooked on the sex crime, you know what I mean? And so that in combination with the body dismemberment, that'll still have him away for a long time, even if he can and is able to escape, the cause of death. You know what I mean? Let's see if we could get a little bit more information on this case.
down what we learned today from those court documents. Now, the defense actually made a motion in court to try and keep the details of that filing sealed so the public would not be able to learn those details. The judge ultimately denying that request. When it comes to when we will see David Burke back in court, he said just 2 words today to that judge, yes, ma'am, when she asked if he agreed with a May 26th preliminary hearing. We're reporting live downtown tonight. Hunter Sowards, CBS LA.
Okay, so it looked like May 26th is going to be the next preliminary hearing, man. So we getting a lot of good information on the progression of the um, David murder case. I want to take a look at this video as well, man. We're not going to watch all of it, but I want to just see if we can get some information from it.
Let's get you caught up to speed on our top stories today, beginning with this. 2 high-profile murder cases go before judges today. Nick Reiner, accused of stabbing his parents to death, and singer David, accused of murdering Celeste Rivas Hernandez. A couple of really grim stories. Fox Local's Christina Gonzalez is live at the Criminal Courts building in downtown LA with the very latest on both cases this afternoon. Christina, a really busy day.
Oh, Marla, I just literally ran out of the David courtroom. And I'm going to warn everybody because what's happened today, we did not expect. They're setting a preliminary hearing for May 26th. And what happened today, the big deal today was that.
Man, get your bitch ass up out the camera shot, bro. Y'all see this motherfucker back here trying to get some free camera time and shit, bro? Nah, get your bitch ass up out of here, bro. We trying to shoot this David story, bro.
Not expect. They're setting a preliminary hearing for May 26th. And what happened today, the big deal today was that there was actually an argument between the defense and prosecutors because the prosecutors filed what they believe is their case to be presented at the preliminary hearing. Now, at that point, the defense stood up and said, we don't want the public to hear this. They tried to seal it because it is very, very disturbing. I have been able to obtain this. The judge agreed that it does not have to be sealed, so we, the media, can get it and present it to the people who you listening. But I want to warn you before I read some of these elements, this is disturbing stuff. And it's a good reason why they wanted it sealed, the defense. Let me show you some video, but please be aware, I'm going to try to be as tasteful as I can. But in essence, what the prosecution is saying is that David Burke met Celeste Rivas when she was 11 years old and he was 18. They started dating when when she was 13, he was 18, and they started a sexual relationship. Now, they believed her parents found out, took her cell phone away because she kept on running away from him. And we've heard about this before, but he actually bought her a cell phone at her junior high school and actually, had it delivered to her.
Okay, so I think that's a little bit of new information, man. Basically, it seems like she just kept running away. She kept running away from home, and she kept running away from him. So, he ended up buying her a cell phone. Gives some kid $1,000 to get her a cell phone so he can keep in contact with her, and they have all kind of explicit interactions on this cell phone. So yeah, let's check out some more of this.
Now, they did have a sexual relationship for quite some time. She ran away. But here is, and I warn you, this is where it gets really crazy. According to the prosecution, the night before they believe she was killed, April 23rd, the night of the 22nd, there was a big fight and they went back and forth with text messages. She was upset because he was seeing other girls and she was threatening in those text messages to disclose information about him that would get him in trouble and, quote, ruin his career. So he actually gets an Uber for her, according to prosecutors, and has her delivered to his home that day, April 23rd, to come to the house. He pays the Uber to drop her off, and according to them, that is when he kills her. They say he stabbed her to death, and he actually waited, according to this complaint, until she, quote unquote, bled out. Then he took her phone, traveled to Santa Barbara, and kept on calling, texting her, saying, where are you? Where are you? As her body is sitting in her house, again, according to prosecutors. I want to underline that David has declared himself not guilty, okay, of all this already in court, of any charges or whatever may happen. So he goes to Santa Barbara, and that's where, according to the complaint, investigators actually found her ID and some of her stuff. Then he returns home, and get ready for this. He starts ordering on Amazon the tools that they say he used to dismember her body.
Yeah, let me pause it right there. So I think we just got another important piece of information that after, well, we got the day that he actually is alleged to have committed the crime. And then we also have what happened shortly thereafter the crime was committed, which is he ended up taking her cell phone to Santa Barbara while making a bunch of phone calls to her cell phone, asking where she is, trying to create an alibi. And so that right there, I'm gonna tell you, is very important, is very key. And if and when this does go to trial, I'm gonna tell you where it plays in, right? He can't use any type of insanity defense based on that statement if it's true, because that shows a level of coordination and him trying to cover his tracks after the fact. And so if you're insane, you're not gonna fucking do that. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I think that piece of information is important, and we'll see how it ultimately plays out. But from what I know about the law, I mean, that insanity defense is out the window if that shit right there, that piece of information is true.
Including, and I kid you not, a burn cage and shovels and all kinds of things. Has the stuff delivered. And according to them, because they served a search warrant in his garage, this is where he supposedly did this, he proceeded to dismember her body. Specifically, Jaring is taking away her pinky finger because his name was tattooed on it. Again, these are allegations by the prosecution. He has pled not guilty, and this is the case they plan to present at the preliminary hearing on May 26th. They say that they have a biological evidence, her DNA in the garage, in items left over from the pool, that kind of thing. Now, the defense wanted all this squashed because they said this is prejudicial to him, obviously. The prosecution in court was saying, of course it's prejudicial. It's our case against them. The judge decided we do not seal this from the public. The defense said, well, how are you not going to taint a jury pool? And what the judge said is, LA is big enough, the jury pool is big enough, and they have enough cases like this that by the time we get to a trial, which probably will be in a few years, the jury pool will be able to find people who are not biased by this. Now, it goes on. I mean, I'm still reading through this paperwork, and I'm going to have a lot more at 5 o'clock. But, supposedly he drove the Tesla, and purposely he left her and the Tesla at the locations so that her body would decompose, according to prosecutors, thinking that it would be much more difficult for them to tie her to him. Um, it's a really
gruesome,
really disturbing. It's I'm just giving you the highlights.
Right.
It's disturbing. And he was in court. Obviously, this was not read in court today, but he looks scared. He looks very alert. He's working with his attorneys. He has 3 female attorneys, very good attorneys. The prosecution also has a female attorney, so it's all women around this little guy. He's tiny. It amazes me how little he is. He's a very small framed man.
I'm gonna tell y'all that's a strategy as well. I think for him to have 3 female attorneys in a case like this, I think most definitely is a strategy, because this is a case that involves a young teenage girl, and so to the jury, to see women representing an individual that's convicted of a crime like that against a young woman, a young girl, um, that's the kind of strategic games that are played in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying?
He was very alert, but he looked scared. And if this is what the prosecution says they can prove in their preliminary hearing, this is scary for them. The May 26th, they wanted, the defense had initially said, hey, let's do it Friday. And the prosecution called them on it, said, okay, let's do it Friday, but Friday is May Day. and they're expecting protests. The judge was saying, we're going to have protests downtown. Do you really want to do this? And then the defense, when they said they had just filed this motion, he said, wait a minute. No, we need some time to go over some evidence, and they're still getting stuff. So they decided on May 26th. So that is when we will probably get more of this information. And it looks like a very difficult case and a disturbing case against this young man. But again, he has pled not guilty, he has good attorneys, and they say they intend to prove that he didn't do this. So we'll have to see what happens. In the Nick Reiner case, they actually postponed their preliminary. They didn't even set a preliminary.
Yeah, we're not even going into that Nick Reiner shit, man. But yeah, what y'all think about that, man? Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. We got some good information, some good updates from this David case, man. Yeah, and it looks pretty tragic, man. If what's being alleged in these court documents really turns out to be true, oh, David's ass is out of there, bro. Life, no parole. California, you know what I'm saying? We're not doing the death penalty out here, so he actually might have escaped that. But yeah, they're gonna bury his ass under the jail, man. Put a plot in the back of the jail for him. Go ahead and dig it up, and then whenever he ready to go meet that motherfucker, it's gonna be there. Because this is some pretty damning evidence right here, man. This is some pretty damning evidence against David. And I think, if those things are alleged to be true, shit, he in a whole world of hurt. it's you know what I'm saying, he not gonna get up out of it. We may have seen the last of David. Start running up that old shit, because it ain't gonna be too much more new shit dropping anytime soon. So yeah, definitely we're gonna stay tapped in with that, man. What's time I got? Yeah, you know what? I want to run into this other story real quick. This is actually the main story I want to get to, man. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. It's the Remix with Cali Dre, man. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, TikTok, wherever the fuck you at. I'm gonna pull up over in that motherfucker, man. Shit, let me know where you at, and I'm gonna come over there and do my 1-2, man, and show y'all what I do. You feel me? But yeah, I want to get into this next story, man. So we're gonna jump. Let's take a look at another big entertainment, music, hip hop story that hit the pages today, man. Was rapper Lil Zay Osama. You know what I'm saying? With Lil Zay Osama out of Chicago, drill rapper. He ended up getting himself into a sticky situation. He was among 6 charged in a Winnetka home invasion, the feds say. So we're gonna dive into this a little bit and find out what the fuck is going on with Lil Zay Osama. Where did I want to start this? Here, let's start it right here, man. Let's start it right here, because previously Lil Zay Osama actually got into another altercation, and he was arrested for a machine gun after a helicopter chase, man. So I want to start there, because this video actually gives some good context as to some of the more recent incidences that Lil Zay Osama has been into, man. And then we're gonna catch up with the current. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the motherfucking channel, man.
I run a pod.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. Get to the main thing, man.
Osama linked up with Lil Durk and was on his way up in the industry. Lil Zay Osama linked up with Lil Durk and was on his way up in the industry. But now his whole career and life might be over after he allegedly snatched a chain from a jeweler and ended up in a wild helicopter chase with the cops. On December 15th, 2023, news broke that Lil Zay Osama got locked up in Chicago on robbery and gun charges. He's been booked for guns before, but nobody was expecting the wild story that came out about the situation. Lil Zay was riding around Chicago with his homies Jeremiah Dawson and Trayvon Garland when someone tipped off the police that the whip they were in was connected to an armed robbery in New York. The cops spotted them at a shopping center on 2155 and 22nd Street and started following the whip. And that's when Lil Zay Osama and his homies tried to take off. They were speeding down the street and almost hit a few people. Usually the cops don't get into high-speed chases anymore because it's dangerous. But a bunch of different police departments joined in from all over the city and started chasing them down. Zay and his homies were able to avoid him for a little while, but then the cops brought in the helicopter and it was pretty much over at that point. They tried to hop out and run away, but all three of them were arrested immediately. Running from the police is already a serious charge, but when the cops searched the whip, it got way worse for Zay and the other dudes. They found a Glock 29 with a laser and an illegal switch that turns it into a machine gun, plus another Glock with a 50-round drum magazine and a scratched-off serial number.
Yeah, so this is the adventures of Lil Zay Osama. Nate said it. What up? What up? Hey, I appreciate you for tapping in with your boy. Yeah, we looking at the situation going on, man, with Lil Zay Osama, man. He got himself caught up in some bullshit, man. But we revisiting some of the previous incidences that Zay got himself into before, man.
Guns were bad, but when the cops booked Lil Zay, they found out that the chain he was wearing might be connected to an armed robbery that went down in New York. He was booked for possession of a machine gun, possession of a firearm with a defaced serial number, and theft of stolen goods because of the chain. A week before Zay and his homies got booked, a celebrity jeweler in New York named Benny the Jeweler got held up at gunpoint. Benny has worked with some of the biggest names in the industry, like Nicki Minaj and Usher, and he's also been icing out the hottest artists in the city like Ice Spice. Lil Zay Osama got some pieces from Benny the Jeweler too, but rumors say he's the one who set him up to get robbed. According
Yeah. Yeah. So as y'all can see, Lil Zay wasn't fucking around, man. Lil Zay with the business for sure. They say he robbed Benny the Jeweler, man. You know what I'm saying? Another jeweler named Leo told the Post he heard from other people that prospective customer had called Nisanov in the middle of the night to buy jewelry, and he opened the store for them.
to another jeweler named Leo who talked to the New York Post, someone called Benny up in the middle of the night and wanted to buy some pieces from him. Benny went down and opened up his shop, and that's when some dudes with some guns came in and stole a milk.
Yeah, and that's when some motherfuckers with some guns came in looking like Lil Zay Osama and robbed the whole motherfucking joint. I just wanted to get that out, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man.
Worth of ice from him. Benny the jeweler's been in the game for a long time and probably wouldn't open up a shop in the middle of the night unless he knew the customer. And that's why a lot of people think Lil Zay set him up to get robbed. It's not clear if Zay was actually there when the robbery went down, but if the chain he was wearing when he got arrested is from Benny's shop, then he could easily get tied to the case. The situation isn't looking good for Lil Zay, but he hopped on Instagram and said that he's going to be getting home sooner than everyone thinks. It's not clear what's going on behind the scenes with the case, but even if he gets out on bail, it's clear that Lil Zay probably won't be staying out of trouble. This ain't even the first gun charge Lil Zay got picked up on in 2023. In January 2023, he was before another strap in Chicago, and he ended up going viral a month later after his mugshot leaked. And in September 2023, Lil Zay went viral again after he was arrested in the middle of an IG live session for allegedly leaving a Glock with a switch inside his Uber. Lil Zay Osama was talking to his fans on live while walking down the street in New York when the cops pulled up on him and booked him for the gun.
What's happening?
We're gonna sort it all out. We're gonna sort it all out. What is going on? We're gonna sort it all out. I'm the man. I'm just being detained right now. So back up. I'm just.
Lil Zay had allegedly hopped out of his Uber and left a Glock inside with a 50-round drum and a switch. And the DA allegedly brought up the lyrics from his track.
That boy wasn't playing no motherfucking games, man. That boy, let me spin that back for the motherfuckers in the cheap seats, man.
Lil Zay had allegedly hopped out of his Uber and left a Glock inside with a 50-round drum and a switch.
They say Lil Zay left the Glock inside the motherfucking Uber with a 50-round drum and a switch. Yeah, Zay ain't playing no motherfucking games out here, man. Zay ain't fucking around, bro. In a Uber, that nigga hopped in a Uber with that bitch, man. Let's get it, man. Shout out to Chirac, man. They getting to it for real, for real.
And the DA allegedly brought up the lyrics from his track Danny Block when he raps, "Pussy boy know how I play it. I hope this song right here don't get in the hands of the feds. Hey, I just got a brand new Glock with a 50 and a switch. I just popped one of my ops. I'm finna go do another hit." A lot of people were talking about the story, But after Lil Zay got out on bond and allegedly beat the case, he hopped on IG and called out DJ Academics for telling people he left a gun in the Uber. Lil Zay claimed he never left anything in the Uber and aired Academics out for incriminating him. Zay also raps about the situation on the track Got It No Mo and said, "But I lost my brother to this shit, and I lost my cousins to this shit. Got caught in New York, they say I had a switch. I wouldn't even buy that shit. Fans know I'm innocent." It's not clear how everything shook out on the legal side, but it seemed like Lil Zay was in the clear until he caught this new case. Lil Zay Osama's been popping off in the industry, and a lot of fans were shocked he got caught up in a new robbery situation. But rumors say he blew through the advance Warner Brothers gave him for his record deal and had to go back to the streets.
Hey, look, y'all answer me this. Y'all driving Uber, right? Let's just say y'all driving motherfucking Uber. And you see Lil Zay Osama pull up. Are you even opening the motherfucking door for this young nigga, man? I'm not even. Listen, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna look outside the car, see this nigga with a bunch of gold on and a 50-round Glock with a switch on it, nigga, and I'm keeping it moving. I'm keeping it moving, nigga. You ever be at the bus stop with a bus driver don't see? He see you, but he don't see you because he trying to catch the light. He gonna drive right by your ass. Nate said it. I'm not stopping. I'm gonna let Nate said it host the show. I'm not stopping in this motherfucker, man. Fuck that. Call it discrimination if you want to. I don't give a fuck.
Zay isn't the only one allegedly robbing people for their ice, though. In the beginning of 2023, the news broke that one of his chains got snatched, and people started clowning Zay for it on social media. According to rumors, though, nobody actually snatched the chain off his neck, and Zay ended up getting it back. He allegedly left the ice at an Airbnb in Chicago. He was going to pick up his daughter, and that's when his assistant stole the chain and ran off with it. Lil Zay has been involved with robbery his whole life, though. He came up in Chicago and started hitting licks around 12 years old. Not before long, he was getting locked up in juvie on small cases. His dad was in and out of jail his whole life, so Zay's mom had to raise 6 kids on her own. She tried to keep Zay and his siblings out of the streets, but he was such a bad kid that she ended up losing her job because the cops were coming to their house all the time, and CPS almost took Zay away from her. When he was just 15, Zay got booked on house arrest and had to wear an ankle monitor.
Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it.
And one day, he decided to chill with the homies on the block. A fight broke out down the street, so they all ran down to see what was happening. And that's when someone started letting off shots. Lil Zay took a bullet to the chest that only missed his heart by an inch. And after the doctor saved his life at the hospital, he woke up handcuffed to the bed for violating his house arrest. Getting shot and booked on another charge was bad enough, but Lil Zay has some other charges going on at the same time. He had been rapping and singing since he was 8 years old, and Zay started laying down his first tracks when he was around 10. After he hopped off the porch, he was trying to make his own money, but all the OGs he came up around were never helping him out. On the track Changed Up, he raps, "Mama was struggling, Daddy ain't there. You was playing with 50K up in my face. I could have robbed you, I could have shot you, but nigga, my loyalty go a long way. And you spending that shit on some kicks, but how can I trip? It's your shit at the end of the day. But bitch, I'm your homie, so how could you leave me? I had struggle and showing you fake. Hey, Zay was broke and trying to get his rap career started, and he was ready to do whatever it took to get things popping. He had a homie who wanted to shoot his music videos, but didn't have a
Yo, shout out to Nate said it for that cash out, man. Shout out to Nate said it for that cash out. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate that. You feel me? As you can see, yeah, man, you got a wrench next to your name. Yeah, man. Hey, that's how we doing it around here, man. You rock with me and I'm gonna rock with you, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we checking in with this Lil Zay Osama situation. This is the previous criminal breakdown of Zay Osama, not even including the shit he got into today, man. So let's tap in with this. But I definitely appreciate you, Nate said it. Yeah, you a mod. Yeah, you a motherfucking mod in this bitch. I appreciate all your help, man. Help me reach the motherfucking mountaintop. Get me to the motherfucking promised land around this bitch, man.
camera. So Zay set up other video directors and stole their equipment for his homie to use. Zay's fans were surprised when he picked up a new robbery charge after he already had his name buzzing in the industry. But what makes the situation even more shocking is how he already got one of his own friends killed over a setup. A lot of dudes think you gotta look like a rapper to make it in the game. So Zay would rob people for clothes and jewelry to flex in his videos too. He was hustling hard to make it in the industry, but then all the robbing caught up to him and ended with one of his homies getting killed. Back in 2016, Zay allegedly set up a music video director named Ray Money. According to rumors, Zay called him up and asked him to shoot a video. But when Ray got to the spot, one of Zay's homies was there to rob him. Zay's homie came around the corner with a gun, but Ray Money had his own strap and ended up getting into a crazy shootout. Ray got hit in the hip and survived, but he shot Zay's homie in the head and left him dead at the scene. Lil Zay was taking losses in the street, and at 16, he caught a more serious case and got hit with a life juvenile sentence. He was supposed to be locked up until he turned 21, but the paperwork got messed up and they released him at 19 instead. When he came home, Zay hopped right in the booth and started putting in major work. He finally popped off with the track Changed Up in 2019 and hit over 70 million views on YouTube, and that's what led to him signing a major deal with Warner Brothers. He still had one foot in the trenches though, and a video came out showing Zay and his homies putting hands on an op they caught at Planet Fitness. He even raps about the situation on the track Pick Your Homie Up and said, "Trigger finger itching, don't get close to me cause I'll get nervous. I'll get to blicking. Drooling with me itching, tune with me itching. Shorty would have been dead if we ain't catch him inside Planet Fitness." Lil Zay was becoming one of the hottest new rappers in the game, and linking up with Lil Durk gave him even more shine. But instead of staying in the studio and keeping up the momentum, he's been outside catching cases and fumbling his own career. He was racking up millions of streams from 2019 to 2022, but getting arrested all the time definitely slowed him down, and his latest projects barely made any noise. Now he's facing some serious time if he doesn't beat the new case, and at this point, it looks like his time in the spotlight might already be over.
Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Listen, Lil Zay Osama, what the fuck can you say, man? He out here getting to it because that's the way he know how to motherfucking do it, man. I mean, really, that's all you can say. But that was all that was all yesterday's shit. Like that was yesterday's shit, man. That listen, I just wanted to bring y'all up to speed. You know what I'm talking about? Because this young motherfucker, he really out there. You know what I mean? I don't think he was ever on the porch to jump off that mother. I think he was born off the porch, nigga. But that was yesterday's shit. So shit that got a little bit more real, man. For Lil Zay Osama, man. So let's check in with the updated version of what's going on with young bro, man. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel.
Smart founders know.
And we got to get through all these motherfucking commercials too. Hit that like button for your boy, man.
Violent home invasion in Winnetka. Another story developing now. A seventh person is arrested in a violent home invasion in Winnetka.
And one of them turned out to be a Chicago rapper. We're checking back in with Saquon, who is live at the Dirksen Federal Courthouse with more on this. Say.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, those 6 men, all between the ages of 22 and 30, have now been indicted on charges of conspiracy to commit robbery and kidnapping. A 7th man, as you mentioned, was also just arrested yesterday, and prosecutors are saying a criminal complaint is expected to be filed for his alleged role in that home invasion as well. According to this indictment, guys, one of the suspects posed as a food delivery driver to get someone who was inside their home to open up the front door. That is when investigators say the other men who were armed with loaded guns forced their way in. The victim was
Yeah. So okay, they went with the old tried and true, the old faithful. You know what I'm saying? Play like it's a delivery at the door and open this motherfucker up before we kick it in, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the play that Lil Zay Osama and his crew went with in this home invasion. This is what the feds is alleging. I ain't saying it. Cali Dre ain't saying this shit, but the feds is saying this shit. So yeah, let's check in with this a little bit more and see what's going on, man.
held at gunpoint for about an hour, physically restrained, while the suspects demanded access to a safe, a computer, and even cryptocurrency accounts. Shortly after, authorities say the group took off, then met up with other alleged co-conspirators to split up their shares. Now, as you mentioned, we have learned one of the people charged is Isaiah Dukes, who some people may know as Chicago rapper Lil Zay Osama, who now lives in Los Angeles. Fox Chicago has actually interviewed him. This was last November after offering to help out a local mom and her young son after they were brutally attacked by a group of kids in Chicago. So far, all 6 men have pleaded not guilty. They will remain in custody pending trial. The 7th person arrested is also expected to face federal charges pretty soon here. Now, if convicted, the alleged suspects could face decades in prison, including possible life sentences for kidnapping charges. Guys?
Say, I know this is a lot of information, but do we know how police found these suspects?
Well, the interesting thing is, we heard from the U.S. Attorney's Office, and they say that this very much moved pretty quickly here. They were actually able to secure arrest warrants within 12 days of that home invasion. And, I was out in Winnetka last month to cover this home invasion, guys, and I remember hearing directly from local police there that these men were masked. So even after those arrest warrants were obtained, they kind of kept them sealed while they were working to identify everyone. We do know this was definitely not like a one-man job, right? We know multiple agencies were a part of tracking down this group, like the ATF, the FBI, but also, of course, several police departments in the area, including
Okay, so they saying the ATF, the FBI, several different police departments was involved in bringing Lil Zay Osama and his crew, you know what I'm saying, into the police station to answer some questions about this home invasion. So yeah, man, that shit is wild. I would come on, but I'm taking down my bra. Oh, what? What? Oh, and listen, you might need to come on. Oh, wait, hold up. Braids. Oh, man, come on, man. They said it. Yeah, man, you playing games with your boy. You playing games with your boy. I thought you said this, but really you said this. Ain't that a bitch? But hey, listen, I appreciate you for rocking with your boy. Either way, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to take down over here, feel free to take it down. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do over in this motherfucker. This the late show. You feel what I'm talking about? But yeah, Lil Zay, man. Lil Zay, he might be out of there, man. Lil Zay might be out of there, man. Let's check in with this.
Winnetka, Chicago, Glencoe, Northbrook, and Orland Park. Guys, I'll toss things back to you.
Say, thank you for your report.
Listen, yeah, you said it. I'm just agreeing with you. You said it. I'm just agreeing with you. You know what I'm talking about? That you are right. Yeah, I'm talking about. You won't get no disagreements from me tonight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nate said it, man. You know what I'm saying? She been rocking with your boy, man. I appreciate it. Here, let me take a look at this right here. Let's get some more updates on this, man.
Whoa, what's that? I just put the
But we ain't gonna get them from these two goofy motherfuckers. Hit that like button.
And as you saw
There we
in
go.
our last conversation about the water in Cahokia Heights, many of the stories that we report on are multi-layered. And the more digging you do into it, the more information that comes out. We pull on different sources to help us understand what it is. We sent all we knew. It really just kind of blew our minds. But again, was very multi-layered. You're reading government names. Not
Hold on.
quite
Let me get
understanding,
to the real deal. I don't know what in
Get
the
money
fuck
in.
she's talking about. But yeah, let's get to the main part of this.
This particular case, then we even, again, as we're trying to put the pieces together of the puzzle, Trenches News is here with us today. Thank you so much for being here.
How you guys doing? Thank you for inviting me.
I want people to understand why you do your updates with a mask on.
The mask thing is like a reverse.
Listen, I can answer that. I can answer that. I can answer that. Hey, listen, I know the answer to that. Nigga raising, nigga, I can answer that. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all why bro be wearing a mask, right? So, how can I put this gently? This nigga been telling. This nigga right here been telling. It was a couple court cases that happened in Chicago where the individual under this mask allegedly, you know what I mean? Allegedly was giving up some information, man. So that was kind of what was going on the streets. Whether that was confirmed or not, I'll let y'all go do the work on that. but I distinctly remember the character that's associated with this mask also being implicated in some telling, man. So I don't know what the answer he gonna give is, but that's my answer right there. Hit that like button, man.
Reverse psychology. You know, if I'm doing something positive and the guys with the mask doing something negative, they see me getting money and elevating their life. Hopefully they'll switch over to like, we don't want to do this no more. We want to wear the mask for this purpose. You know, so
when you're doing
basically
your
that.
updates, I mean, thousands of people are watching, and you heard about this Lil Zay Osama how?
Well, I follow all the news. I heard about it last month too, but didn't know that Lil Zay was involved. I'm actually shocked that he was involved. You know, not his homies, but him because, you know, he portrayed like I got money. Everybody else is broke online, but look like the youth being fooled again. You know.
And when you say being fooled, I mean, again, trying to connect the dots, I knew I had heard of his name before, but it took a moment before one of our reporters said, wait, we just talked to him when he was helping out a family in need not too long ago.
Yeah, he had helped out a woman who was attacked by some kids, and you know, sometimes people help out just to get in the public eye when they knowing that they doing wrong to suppress the things that they doing behind closed doors. You know, so that's why I never take any of these guys serious.
And it's a shame. So you were pretty shocked because we have heard positive things about him that this was actually happening as well. He's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah. We most definitely shocked about you too, Trenches News. I don't know how much more of this I'm gonna listen to because I'm not really getting a whole bunch of factual that I like to get. So let me do this real quick. Cause I seen another video. I wasn't actually gonna throw it up. I thought this one was gonna be better, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This shit kind of dry to me. So I seen another video that I wanted to look at. Here, let me pull this up real quick. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel in the meantime, between time. We checking in with this Lil Zay Osama situation, man. He facing some Fed charges. And shit ain't looking good, man. The shit ain't looking good at all. You know what I'm saying? Where's that fucking video at? Hold up. Let me pull this up real quick while I find this, man. Hit the like button, man. Subscribe to the channels, man. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook. I'm all over the motherfucking place, man. Just put in Kelly Dre and my black guy's gonna pop up. This nigga right here, he gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? He gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Where is that breakdown that I wanted to take a look at? What's old boy name, man? What the fuck is that dude name? Yeah, see, when I ain't looking for the shit, it pop up. You know what I'm saying? It be right there. Like, Dre, run this on the show. And now when I'm ready to run the shit on the show, I can't find it. That's how this shit go, man. That's how this shit go, man. Let me see. What's old boy name out of Florida, man? With the white boy. What's his name? His name Swipper. Nah, that ain't what I'm looking for. Well, what is that dude's name? What's the white boy name, man? Damn. See, now I'm too high for this shit. And I really wanted to show y'all this video. Here, let me try to find this shit. I'll be forgetting bro name. KMS. What's KMSL? What's KMSL? What that mean? What that mean? Let me see if I can find this video real quick. Yeah, I'm way too high and it's way too late, man. But I seen bro do the breakdown, and he usually do good breakdowns on these videos, man. Y'all know I'm high as shit right now, man. Let me know what y'all smoking. You know what I'm saying? Killing myself. I don't laugh at me. You know what I'm saying? Players fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Players fuck up sometimes. You feel me? I added the one I wanted to show, But then I thought that one was gonna be better because like it had a news lady and shit. I thought it was gonna be giving some information, but I didn't know they was gonna be talking the trenches news, goofy ass, bro. Like, I mean, he's not providing any kind of. Oh, here it go, right here. This the one. See, Nate said you over here talking shit, laughing at a motherfucker. I found it. I found it. All right, so let's get back into the show, man. You know what I'm saying? I done got
Lil
all
Zay
sidetracked
Osama
and
is
off track
back in
with this
federal.
shit. Oh, this your boy right here. Y'all know who this motherfucker is, man. Y'all know who this motherfucker is. He did a breakdown. So let's listen to what bro talking about, man. Hit that like button,
Osama is
subscribe to
back
the
in
channel, man.
federal custody. He's facing forever and a little extra. His career might be over after a superseding indictment was just unsealed. A federal grand jury in Chicago has indicted 7 men on robbery and kidnapping offenses for allegedly participating in a violent home invasion in Winnetka, Illinois last month. Winnetka is one of the most expensive suburbs in the Chicago area, with many luxury homes showing a median price of $2 million, with the most famous being the Home Alone house from the 1990s classic. Roughly 20 miles from downtown Chicago, this wasn't the type of area you'd see Chirac drill rappers sticking someone up. But as
Yeah, this Jake. This Jake. Shout out to Jake for the breakdown, man. This was so stupid. Yeah, most definitely, bro. It don't make no sense. Zay Osama, man. Hey, listen, you had a career. You was in a lane. You already had some shit going, man. But some niggas just be addicted to that street shit. You know what I'm saying? The streets be calling niggas names, man. You know what I mean? And that shit real. Like it's very real. You know what I mean? I want to go to the Home Alone house. Man, me too. Me too. You know what I mean? On some real shit. Listen, they dressed up as the food delivery motherfucker. They trying to kidnap motherfuckers and get some crypto. Like this story right here is out of control. I mean, yeah, let's see what 1090J talking about, man.
we all know, you can never be surprised when it comes to Chicago. U.S. attorneys received search warrants within 12 days of the home invasion, but kept them under seal while continuing to obtain evidence to identify and arrest additional defendants involved in the violent incident. The superseding indictment charges 24-year-old Deshaun Brown, 24-year-old David Franklin, 22-year-old Anthony Ramsey, 28-year-old Isaiah Dukes, 30-year-old Keel Dukes, and 23-year-old Jalen Chambers with conspiracy to commit robbery and kidnapping in connection with the home invasion that took place March 8th. The 7th defendant has not yet been filed into the paperwork as he was just arrested. Now everyone knows Isaiah Dukes is none other than Chicago rapper Lil Zay Osama. And Keel Dukes, aka Big Folks, would be Zay's older brother. Anthony Ramsey, aka Lil Ant, is also said to be related to the brothers. No stranger to law enforcement, Zay was indicted by the feds after.
Yeah. Nate said it. Listen, when you I'm gonna let Nate said it host the show tonight, man. When you open your urban dictionary, you know what I'm saying? Yo, street nigga dictionary, you know what I'm talking about? And you put in the term YN, these is the motherfuckers that's gonna pop up. Please believe. Nate said it, you are 100,000% correct.
Leaving a Glock with a switch inside of an Uber in New York City. He'd controversially be sentenced to only 14 months in federal prison and would be released in late 2024. Now, obviously, 14 months for a switch is nothing and made plenty of people start to wonder. But after carefully looking through his federal paperwork, I figured out his low sentence was literally just due to having a great lawyer, Don Florio. But this case,
Yo, this is the remix with Cali Dre. Yo, well, hold on. This is lawyer. Hey, rate Don Floria, the lawyer for Zay Osama in the chat. This is the remix with Cali Dre. Y'all know I had to get that in. Hit that like button, man.
Great lawyer, Don Florio. But this case, this is gonna need a fucking miracle. According to the indictment, Franklin and Big Folks communicated through phones about using a stolen vehicle to commit the robbery. The next
Yeah. Yeah. So let me spin that back real quick. So on the left here, you got Franklin. You know what I'm saying? The nigga actually look like a Franklin. I'm gonna be honest with you. And on the right, you got big folks. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, street lesson of the day. When you see two motherfuckers that look like this, dressed up as delivery people, don't open the motherfucking door, bro.
Big folks communicated through phones about using a stolen vehicle to commit the robbery. The next day, Brown then drove Franklin, Chambers, and two others in a stolen vehicle to a home belonging to two victims, named in the indictment only as Victim A and Victim B. While on the way to the home, Chambers communicated with Zay to discuss the plan for the robbery. Once outside the home, Brown walked up posing as a food delivery driver.
Let's stop it right there. We gonna stop it right there in this motherfucker, man. Who in the fuck is opening the door with this nigga at the door with your Uber Eats, bro? With some Uber Eats you probably ain't even fucking order, bro. I got a new mattress coming today. Oh, well, shit. Congratulations, Nate said it. Hey, now you speaking my language in this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you speaking I'm real fluent in that language right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Congrats, shout out to you and that new mattress, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it you know what I'm saying, it bounced the way it's supposed to in that motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? Make sure the headboard stays attached in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. I'm not opening the door for this motherfucker at all. He don't even look right with that bag in his hand. He look like he got a somebody done buck 50'd him up on top of his eye. Look at his right eye. He got a slash mark. He bleeding. He bleeding at the door with the Uber Eats in the bag. Come on, man. Like, I'm not opening the motherfucking door. Hell no. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up all the way.
To cause an individual within the home to open the front door. Armed with loaded weapons, Brown, Franklin, Chambers, and two others forced their way inside. They'd all pull guns, attempting to rob Victim A for his crypto. But the paperwork doesn't clarify if Victim A was actually home.
Yo, that's how you know it's a new game, though. That's how you know it's a new game. Motherfuckers is pulling up. They pulling up for the crypto. Listen, leave it at the door. Thanks. Hey, facts. Facts. Matter of fact, leave it at the gate. Don't even come to the door. Cause I you know what I mean? I got that thing on me too, bruh. So don't even get too close to the door. You know what I mean? Leave it at that front gate. Leave it over there by that mailbox. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I don't even know what the fuck I was going with this shit. This the remix with Kelly Dre. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tip me all night. You know what I'm saying? Tip me all night, man. You know what I'm saying? You talk about mattresses and tips tonight, Nate said it, man. You speaking my motherfucking. Listen, I'm getting sidetracked. You got me all getting all that. Yo, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, man. Let's get. Nate said it got your boy getting off track.
Only that he was the one they intended to rob. Instead, they physically restrained Victim B, keeping him captive while aiming guns at him. They demanded he give them access to the safe, computer, and any online accounts holding crypto. While inside the home, Chambers would again call Zay, who provided instructions regarding the information needed from Victim B to obtain the crypto. Big folks would also receive a call by one of the conspirators inside the home as the attempted robbery took place.
Guess what? Experian Boost is
Yeah, we don't give a fuck about Experience Boost. Shout out to Nate said it again for that cash app. I definitely appreciate it. Shout out to Nate said it for the cash app, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she lighting it up in here. I appreciate that. But we don't give a fuck about no Experience Boost. How these motherfuckers they got good credit anyway? You know what I'm saying? Shit, that Experience Boost. Really? Let's get back to it. See, I'll be getting sidetracked like a motherfucker. Hey, here, let's get back to the Zay Osama. Niggas talking about Experience Boost. Man, get the
And then fled the scene, meeting up with Zay, Big Folks, and Lil Ant, who, according to the paperwork, searched them to make sure everything they took was collected. Apparently, they made off with $111,300. Split 7 ways.
Whoa. Okay. So they made 111,000 split 7 ways. You know what I mean? So that's what, a little bit more than what, 15 bands, close to 20 bands a piece. So 20 bands a piece. Is that worth a Fed charge? I mean, you Lil Zay, you could have that 20 bands could have came from a show. So I 2 or 3 shows. So that's where the math ain't mathing to me. Like, but maybe these YNs on their own thing, man. You see what Pooh Shiesty got himself into. So it's a whole different outlook for these youngsters today, man. You know what I'm saying? And so they really with this shit, and they really pulling them things out, and they really trying to press the line on what they standing on. But sometimes that ain't always the best way, man. And in this situation, much like the Pooh Shiesty situation, sometimes it's better to play chess than trying to play checkers, man.
That's roughly $16,000 per person. The only problem with that is a federal trial lawyer can cost anywhere from 100 to 500 fucking thousand if you plan on taking it all the way. This paperwork is clearly alleging Zay sent some crash dummies to rob a crypto kid who they probably thought had millions that could easily be transferred without a trace. And that sounds good until you find out the feds have every text, call, and GPS location from every cell phone present. They know who made calls from inside the home during the time of the robbery. They know who texted what. They have the entire timeline of how this was planned and executed. And for kidnapping, all of these men face up to life in federal prison. For interference with commerce by threat of violence, up to 20 years. So mathematically speaking, all 7 of them were willing to risk life plus 20 for $16,000 a piece. Now, the biggest factor in this case is going to be the
Yeah, about $17,000 a piece. Y'all let me know if that's worth it in the chat, man. If you're gonna risk, you know what I'm saying, freedom, you know what I mean, being able to, find you a good woman, you know what I'm saying? Because where you going, ain't no women, unless they prison guards in that motherfucker, man. So is it worth it for 16 bands, man? I think Lil Zay could have went and did a show. You know what I'm saying? He could have Lil Durk might have even had could have made a couple calls and found him 16 bands somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So to me, man, it really ain't worth it. But yeah, that's that YN mentality out this bitch, man. Hit that like button.
victim cooperating, which obviously he already is. Otherwise, no one would have known a home invasion took place. But if he is able to identify anyone, if he's had any previous relationships with anyone tied to Zay or Zay himself, that kind of information is the nail in the coffin. Some way, somehow, someone knew they had a shitload of crypto, most likely in the millions, and they came for it all. But here we are again, for the second time this year, speaking on a rapper who crashed out in a robbery turned kidnapping. The major difference between Zay and Pooh Shiesty is it would seem Zay was directing orders over the phone while Pooh pulled out the damn Draco. The feds are going to have to prove Zay was actually directing this on how it needs to go down. And that
Yeah, see, even 1090J kind of alluded to it, man. Pooh Shiesty most definitely find himself in this situation. Now, Lil Zay, you know what I mean, find himself in this situation, man. So, there's got to be better decisions made by the, you know what I'm saying, by the youth and by the up and comers, man, by the YNs, whatever the fuck you want to call them, man. We spending too much time trying to figure out what to call them instead of calling them to try to help them. And so, that's how I look at this shit, man. And actually, shit, Lil Durk, you know what I mean? A lot of these promising up and coming, could probably make something of themselves, open the doors for their community entertainers and artists. They fumble in the motherfucking bag behind, trying to be a real street nigga. And at the end of the day, man, you make a certain amount of money to where you just have other people do that kind of shit for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, you want some concerts in jail type shit. And they said it, concerts in jail like a motherfucker, man. And so that's where you don't want to be. If you a multi-million-dollar nigga or you got the potential to be a multi-million-dollar nigga, man, jail ain't where you want to be, bro. Because you know what I'm saying? Only it ain't no you working for pennies on the dollar in that motherfucker, man. So I don't know, again, I understand street credibility being important in the entertainment game, in the hip hop game. You know what I'm saying? That's not foreign to me. But what is foreign to me is just the decision making, man. And that's the shit I talk about. Your decision making, man. That's you know what I mean? You could do a lot of shit, you could have a lot of shit done, but the way you do it is gonna ultimately end up and turn out how that situation turns out. It's gonna determine how that situation turns out. You know what I'm saying? So to me, man, it's like you gotta really, you know what I'm saying, really be about your grind. Stay away from little stupid ass shit like that'll get you fed time, that'll get you jail time, and really try to stay out the way, man. If you really committing crimes out here in 2026, man, if you really on that kind of shit, you kind of hustling backwards at this point, man. Technology done way outpaced anything any human is doing at this motherfucker, man. They got facial recognition software out this bitch, man. They got motherfucking drones and shit, heat recognition technology. And then don't forget about the old faithful K9 dogs and helicopters and police boots on your motherfucking forehead. So the odds are stacked against a criminal in 2026, man, is all I'm trying to tell you, man. There's a lot of other different ways to hustle out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Find a lane. Get your ass on this internet, talk a bunch of shit like I do, and hope people rock with you in this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, going out this way, especially when you got plugs like Lil Durk, and you could tap in with a motherfucker that's connected to them kind of circles, man. And you know what I mean? I just feel like somebody in the group gotta be an adult. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the group gotta see the bigger picture, man. And I think that's what Gillian Wallow was trying to tell Lil Durk and his crew when he had them on $1 million worth of game. And Rollo broke down in tears, trying to, you know, convey a message to these young brothers that jail ain't where you want to be. You on top of the game. You know what I'm saying? You can call it, you can go do a show this whole weekend and pull 16, 17,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, stick with that. So, and in the Lil Durk's case, you talking, 50, 60,000, 100,000. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it don't make no sense, man. It don't add up. The math ain't mathing at a certain point, man. You can still carry that street persona, but you got to be smart with how you conduct your business at that point.
That means the feds are going to do their best to get one of the 6 other men to fold, cooperate, and reveal it all. Now, I can imagine this whole scheme sounded great as they were thinking of it, right? Oh, we got this kid, he does crypto, da-da-da. Mind you, this kid probably does his little scams, whatever. They're thinking we're just going to rob him. He's not going to say nothing. Everything's going to be good. This kid might be involved in some illegal shit of his own. Fuck that. This kid gets robbed, fully calls 911, whatever he has to do to report this situation. Otherwise, they never would have found out. And I don't think they understand how fucked they are in a situation like this. This is a Fed case. And already the feds are revealing they know who went where. Because your cell phone is a GPS tracker. They know who was talking to who at what times. They know when the robbery.
Yeah, that's a fact. I gotta agree with that. If you ever plan to do anything that's outside of the color of the law, leave your motherfucking cell phone at home, bro. Like, that's step one. Leave your motherfucking cell phone at home. Before you put the hoodie on, before you put the gloves on, throw that cell phone up under the bed somewhere and forget about that motherfucker, bro, because that's gonna get you caught up 10 times out of 10, man.
Initiated. They know when the robbery ended based off of when they went in the home and when they left the home. How do we know that Brown was posing as a food delivery, whatever, or Uber Eats? 9 times out of 9, that came from the kid that they robbed. I opened the door. I thought it was Uber Eats. That's what he said. And then everyone pulled out fucking guns asking me for my Bitcoin. Sounds like this kid is fully cooperating. Like I said, if this kid knows who Zay is, if they've had any interactions, which is how they were able to obtain the information that this kid has mad crypto, they might be fucked in this case. Otherwise, Zay is going to be able to afford the best lawyer, as the rappers always do. His lawyer is going to try to pick this shit apart. The phone calls claiming Zay was instructing them on how to do this and that, whatever. Because I mean, to be fair, right? If you call my phone and you're like, yo, how do I like send?
You know what? And they said it. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to go full walkie-talkie, or even one step better, do dirt by your motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? The only person you can tell on is you. You know what I mean? Hey, that's how a real nigga handle this business out here, man, in these streets, man. You know what I mean? If you smart, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, I think we've seen many episodes. Hell, one of them Jacksonville boys had his daddy tell on him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, cold game, cold world out this motherfucker, man. Protect your motherfucking neck, man.
Crypto. And I'm like, oh, you just need this and that, and you do this and that, and that's it. And they hang up. I don't know if they're in the middle of a fucking robbery. I don't know what they're doing. They just called me and asked me about some damn crypto. But in that sense, you would kind of have to admit to having that conversation. Zay's lawyer, I'm sure, is going to be able to figure this out. And to be honest with you, as much money as they be dropping on jewelry and everything else, it's hard to imagine he needed this. I can imagine the other guys being broke as fuck, but not Zay. Zay lives out in LA. He doesn't live in Chicago. He's been escaped Chicago. So it's like, why would he need to even be involved in this situation? The whole Pooh Shiesty and Gucci thing, it wasn't about the money, it was about the contract, which technically made it about the money. But he took all that other shit just to add disrespect to the situation. Versus in this situation, what the fuck are they, you know, did you think you were really going to get off with 10, 15 million in crypto and just bust that shit down with the homies and nobody was going to figure nothing out and that kid wasn't going to say nothing about it?
Yeah, that's the part of the plan that doesn't make any sense to me, right? You know what I'm saying? First of all, who identified that this random white boy had millions of dollars in crypto? I mean, for him to have 100 bands, I mean, I'm sure that's a whoever guessed that was a good hit. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't too shabby. You know what I mean? But who identified a couple million? Because again, had it been 10, 15 million, I think we having a whole different conversation. But you know, 100,000 split 7 ways, 111,000 split 7 ways, that's 16, 17 bands. It's a lot of ways you could get 16, 17 bands. So it looked like 1090 Jake and Kelly Dre is asking the same goddamn question. Like, bro, like who the fuck came up with this plan? You know what I'm saying?
Like, these crypto kids love getting next to the rappers and love acting like they're doing this crazy shit. Like, there's a lot of kids that come from money and then figure out a way to turn their parents' money into their own money, but they want to like sell drugs and shit just to feel like they're living that lifestyle, as if they made it and they can relate to the rap.
All right. So yeah, that's enough of that. That's enough of that, man. I think we got all the breakdowns and updates. Shout out to 1090 Jake for his contribution on this shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Lil Zay, man. Look like Lil Zay facing some federal charges, home invasion type charges. And we'll have to see what ultimately comes of that. And all of them didn't put in work. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's 7 people. It don't take 7 people to do a home invasion. I mean, that's a little bit of overkill. Not that I would know, but from what I've heard, you know, that's a little bit of overkill. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, you know what I mean? Let me throw that out there as well. Hypothetically, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's my whole thing, man. But we'll have to see, man. I think Lil Zay is we saw in the previous video, you know, he's a little bit of a wild card. And you know what I'm saying? I think his history will most definitely play against him, even in this situation. And he even had to do this shit because he connected to people who got paper. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I don't know shit. I ain't seen nothing, ain't heard nothing, don't know nothing. You know how we doing it over here at the remix with Cali. Who? What? Huh? Nah, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't know. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're gonna have to ultimately see what happened with that, man. And you know what happens to Zay Osama. I mean, I think it's pretty apparent that if they had their phones on them, it's a wrap. Cause that's you know what I mean. It looked like they already got criminal histories, felonies, but you know I think it's different in the Midwest, right? Than California. We got like, you know what I'm saying, about 3 strikes out here. You know what I mean? 3 chances, you out of there. They sending you, they 25 with the Izzel type shit. But I know in the Midwest and certain states in the South and shit, I'm hearing motherfuckers 6, 7. I heard T.I. rapping about he had 6 or 7 felonies. Like that shit unheard of in California. 6 or 7. They putting your ass up underneath the jail. You know what I mean? You and Skull never know nothing. Hey, you damn right. Shout out to Skull. I don't even know Skull. Who? Skull? Who? Who? Huh? I ain't seen shit, I ain't heard shit, don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Skull, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, I'm gonna tell you, right? And here's I'm glad you brought Skull because here's where I disagree with Skull a little bit, right? You know, Skull, you know what I'm saying, on many shows will say and talk about how, you know, the street perspective is dead and we stupid for, you know what I mean, for having our young kids be a part of that. I agree with him on that, but here's what I would say to that, right? Here's where my disagreement would kind of come in. Where we're at today, you know what I mean? Where we at today, I think like where society is like, and I think, and Toya was actually asking me this question. She's like, where would you be teaching your son this? Would you be teaching your son this? And the point that I wanted to make that I'm glad is actually coming up now is I'm teaching my son, nah, don't snitch. I'm telling my son, don't, because that's not the way the world is set up today. You are looked at as a snitch today. You go to jail, they're going to be on your ass. I don't want that for my son. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking at the world as it is, not as the way that I want it to be. And so in this environment that we in, hell yeah, I'm going to tell my son, nigga, don't snitch. Hell no, I'm not snitching. I'm not that, because that's the climate that we're in doesn't, I mean, you know what I mean? That's putting a target on your back, in my opinion. So I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that for my son. I wouldn't want that for myself either. And it's just about morals and principles with me. You know what I'm saying? And if I can't trust you, I can't do business with you. I can't make money with you. I can't do shit with you if I can't trust you. If I can't trust your word, if I can't trust that you solid in any way, shape, or form. Now that doesn't even have to really do with crime or nothing like that. It's just as a person, as an individual. So for me, I don't want I don't want to participate in street shit. I wouldn't teach my son to do that, but at the same time, the way the world is, I have to provide street smarts and book smarts. That's what I was raised on, right? My mom told me, like, I'm gonna give you street smarts and book smarts, so that way when you hit the street, you're gonna be untouchable. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I feel invincible and untouchable on this motherfucking mic, because I have both. I have street smarts and I have book smarts. You know what I'm saying? Put them both together is the remix with Cali Dre. And so at the end of the day, for me, it's just like, that's how I look at life, man. It's like, yeah, I want shit to be better. I want, you know, it to be less YNs and more college graduates and more property owners. You know what I'm saying? Of course. But I have to also be realistic and prepare my son and my family for the life that is, which is, if you get caught snitching and you go to jail, I mean, that's putting a target on your back. You know what I mean? And that's something you got to carry. And from a character and morals and principles standpoint, it's pretty much the worst you could get. So I just, you know, I feel where Skull and where Toya be coming from when they say their piece on it, but I also just understand, I'm sure they do as well, the way the world is and the way, you know, it really is if you get caught. I mean, you know, I don't want you to be, you know, targeted because you snitch, but I know that that's what they're gonna do. So I'm not gonna set you up for failure in that way. I'm gonna give you the real game and what it really is, and just you gotta, you know what I mean, stand tall. You know, that's just kind of how I look at it, man. I don't think it's really a point of disagreement, but I just think you be going off. Nah, man, I don't be going off, man. I just be trying to listen. When I be on the panels and shit, and they said I'm gonna keep it real. When I be on the panels, right, I don't know what it is about what I say that really triggers an immediate response other than from what other people say. It just be like everybody else get 10, 12, 15 minutes to talk. As soon as I say a couple words, motherfuckers, the whole goddamn panel, the whole show jumping down my goddamn throat. So I've learned to try to just get my, you know what I'm saying, my combinations in quick and then just let everything else, you know what I mean, happen. You know what I'm saying? You want to be living either way, but just stay out the streets. Yeah, that's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? That street life only brings jail, death. It ain't a lot of successful street niggas. You know what I mean? It ain't a lot of successful pen. When I was growing up, it kind of was. Like, it was motherfuckers really out there doing what they did in the street to try to send their daughter to college or to try to provide for the household. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers was helping the Pee-wee leagues and doing all that. Motherfuckers was really putting back into the community, I guess is what I'm saying, and putting back into their families. That's what they was really hustling about. That's what it was when I was growing. That's what a hustler was all about when I was growing up. Now it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's about how many bodies you got. You know what I mean? Denise, what up? What up? I appreciate you for rocking with your boy and tapping in, man. We done ran through a bunch of content. Hopefully you spend this motherfucker back and you know what I mean? Catch up. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been in here going hard. So yeah, I need the views. Running this motherfucker up anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but times is hella different, man. They hella different. Because yeah, like I said, when I was growing up, man, it was really motherfuckers hustling to help the community and feed their family. And that's what the essence of the hustle was. Today it's a little different, man. It's just about, I don't know what the fuck it's about. Yeah, get a part of that replay gang, Denise. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? But today it's about these little young niggas want to get caught. These YNs want to get caught. And that's the whole difference in the game. Like back in the day, you ain't want nobody to know you was doing what you was doing in the street. You ain't want nobody to know you had a body, or you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers didn't even really rock tattoos like that. It was the skateboarders and the motherfuckers in jail, and that was really it. But now, you know, the shit is all expanded. And it's cool in some ways, but in some ways it's goofy as fuck. And just, you know, this whole wanting to get caught, wanting to go to jail, wanting to do jail time, like that shit's stupid. Like that shit's stupid. I respect the motherfuckers that didn't get caught, to be honest with you. Like that was the whole shit when I was growing up. Don't get caught. You know what I mean? Be good at your motherfucking job. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just a whole different mentality, man. But this the remix with Cali Dre, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy, man. I figured it was some shit that broke that I wanted to cover. I was thinking about did I want to go tonight or not. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. I'm probably gonna do some political shit tomorrow, man. We'll see what it look like. But this the remix with Cali Dre, man. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, you know what I'm saying? Man, tap in with your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? I tap in with me and I'm gonna tap in with y'all, man. So yeah, I appreciate the support, man. I appreciate the love. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this, man. Y'all motivate me to keep doing this shit. So as long as y'all rocking with me, I'm gonna rock with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? But tonight, I'm finna smoke another blunt and get the fuck up out of here, man. So yeah, until we meet again in this motherfucker, man. I'll holla at y'all, man. Peace.
Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got no time for that limelight. I'm from California, man, I guess we'll start with that. Banged out starter caps, glued to the cul-de-sac, looking like an artifact, trying to get their money back. Yellow jackets coming, mama about to have a heart attack. Southeast San Diego, we was at the heart of that. You moved about the hood, my nigga, you ain't want no part of that. Move to work and let the money drip the laundromat. I pray to God the homie get his little daughter back. So many problems and it's not even a part of rap. So many suckers and they hating and they copycat. And life is bigger than these bitches that you hollered at. And if you bleed it out, I better get $3 back. And all I'm giving is the facts. Pay attention to the stats and never making mention of the jacks. Gotta keep the money stacked, work your way through the traps. Money motivated to the max.
Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right?